Welcome in TikTok. How is everybody doing? Peyton is here. Peyton, welcome in. Welcome in. How's everybody doing? Today we're going to be talking about double brokering. How's everybody? Give me 1 second. Set up here. We are just about ready. I hope everybody is doing well today. Let's see, I'm loving the DOT Blitz. Yeah, Peyton, I'm loving it too, especially out of Oklahoma, right? Let's go, Oklahoma. I love Oklahoma, man. One of those states, right? Riverriel says hi. Peyton says, I'm loving the DOT Blitz. I'm loving it too, man. The DOT Blitz is amazing. I am so thankful for the state of Oklahoma. State of Oklahoma, I salute you. There is a true patriot. There is a state that is protecting the American citizen, the American public. Even illegals, even illegals don't deserve to be unalived. Nobody deserves to be unalived because of poor training. So anyways, we'll get started here in a minute. I thank you everybody for being here. If you haven't shared the live, please share the live. If you would like to see us get all 3 million truck drivers in here, I believe we can do it. I know we can do it, actually. We need to get all truck drivers, American truck drivers, in one place, y'all. What do you think? One place, all truck drivers. I hope everybody's doing well today. Thank you for the likes that you guys are already sending. Wow, 400 already. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. The one. Thank you. You are the one. You, sir, are the one. Or miss. Thank you for the follow, Kevin Bell. I really appreciate it. I don't just consider one person, just one person. You might be that one person that has the solution that we're all looking for here. So we are looking for people to get involved in the trucking industry so that we can save beautiful American lives. That's what we're doing here. 3 people were unalived in Florida. What's it going on? About a month and a half now. YouTube, welcome in, by the way. Appreciate you guys being here. But yeah, 3 beautiful, beautiful souls were lost because of an untrained truck driver. We need people to be trained. Let's see. Jet says, my brother ran away from scale yesterday. Well, we won't get into that. Thank you, Clay. I appreciate the heart, me, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, okay, so your brother ran away. Why did he run away from the scale house? Just curious. Asking for a friend, sir. Again, everybody that's here, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you being here with us. Lisa, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate you. What we're doing here is we are American truck drivers, and we are uniting one truck driver at a time, 1 mile at a time here. We are keeping the public safe. We are educating people each and every day. Check it out. We are reading the green FMCSA code book. You know why? Because we want to be educated, we want to be professionals, and we want to know what we're doing, right? If we're going to ask for more money, we need to come to the table with something. You know what I mean? Let's see. Kevin says, I have 20 years in trucking and I'm still learning. Now there's a smart man. You guys all go follow Kevin Bell, Gen X. I'm Gen X too, brother. I'm 78. So 1978, obviously. Let's see. Jet says he is having a work permit and drive truck since 5 years. Every paper was correct. Wow. And so he's running afraid of it. Here's the thing, guys. Nobody has to be afraid if you're following the law. I promise you that. Oh, welcome in. Real quick, TikTok. We're over here on YouTube. Hey, thank you for coming in on YouTube. Yes, we are new to YouTube. We do really well on TikTok, but we are trying to get all beautiful 350 million Americans all on the same, not on the same page, but the same page as far as the national emergency of trucking. The trucking industry, this is a national emergency. This is a very serious thing. I appreciate you guys being here. If you could share the live, please, on YouTube. If you could share the live on TikTok, I really would appreciate it. None of this is about money. For me, I'm doing this all free for the American truck driver and their families. I'm trying to get the message out about how there are untrained, illegal acts going on in the United States. And we need to enforce the rules that we already have. Beautiful lives are at risk. Hello, everybody on YouTube, over here on TikTok. Welcome in. I support, Jat says, I support you from Canada. Thank you. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you for the support from Canada. I support you as well. As long as we follow the law and we do the right thing, that's what's really important to make a nation run really smooth, right? Whether it be immigration, whether it be driving a truck, a car, whether it be pew-pews, it's all the same. We are a land of laws, and we must follow some of these laws. Margaret Rays, welcome in. Are you over on TikTok also? I thought I saw you in on TikTok also. Let's see. Jat says, I'm Canadian, but I always support you. Thank you, Jat. And like I said, we support Canadians too, man. We're all a big family. As long as we're being fair and we are equally giving out to all people, what we are not doing here is we don't want more people to have a fifth or sixth Ferrari, right? We want more middle-class Americans to be able to make their car payments, their mortgage or rent, buy food, have healthy food. That's what we want, is everybody to have a decent life, be able to go on vacation once or twice a year. Just the American dream, you know? And it's slowly burning out because of all the corruption, all the craziness. FAFOS, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. I'm like energized today, man. Let's see, over here on YouTube, Tom says, I thought truckers were already united. Most of us are united. We are attempting to get all the ones that are not united. So Tom, thank you for being here. If you know a truck driver, or if you know a family member of a truck driver, please have them come to Truckers Unite Now. This is what we're doing. This is all grassroots, starting off from the very beginning. So a little bit about myself. My name is Vince. I am an American truck driver. I'm a leased owner-operator, and I've been driving 11 years. I have 1.3 million safe miles. I went to Washington, D.C., to the White House approximately 90 days ago to try to talk to Donald Trump. Yes, I know that sounds crazy, but I was frustrated. I was depressed. I didn't know what to do. I was working 90 hours a week and working paycheck to paycheck. And I don't smoke, drink. I don't gamble. We budget well, my wife and I. I'm the only sole worker that has a paycheck in my family. I have 6 dependents, including myself. And my wife and I, we choose to live a very biblical, very traditional lifestyle. So yes, that hurts us in a society that you need 2 incomes. We're doing it all just me and my wife homeschools too. So it's difficult, but it's worth it. God has blessed us. I'm really thankful for you guys here on YouTube. I will start inviting people up. Today we're talking about double brokering. And I'm going to read a little bit here in a minute about the double brokering. And then we'll start bringing people up. And on YouTube, you can hear the people. I'll take off my headset, my hands-free Bluetooth headset. I'll take this off, and then you can start hearing people, just so you know what I'm saying is legitimate. There you go. YouTube. I don't know if you can see that, YouTube. YouTube, there's TikTok. And TikTok, there's YouTube. So anyways, thank you everyone for being here. So YouTube, most of the folks over on TikTok, they know what I'm doing here, but I drove to Washington. I didn't get to talk to Trump that day, but I met some amazing people. I am now a trucker advocate part-time. I drive full-time. I advocate for truck drivers and their families. The other time, I work for free. I will keep working for free. I will never sell out the American truck driver or their families. Why? Because I am one. Why? Because I truly don't care about being rich. I already am rich. I have a beautiful family. I have a home. I have a small business. We do okay. But there are so many truck drivers right now suffering. There's so many issues going on. Cabotage, right? Mexican drivers and Canadian drivers stealing American freight. No disrespect to anybody, but that is a very big deal. It's about $300 million a year getting taken out of the American truck driver's pocket. Let's see. Jot says the president should be thinking to like your live. Yeah, you know, Sean Duffy went to, you know, there were a lot of different truck driver advocates preaching and saying on not just me, but many other channels over on YouTube. Check this out. Sean Duffy is the Secretary of Department of Transportation. He's in charge of FMCSA, Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. He's in charge of FRA, Federal Rail Administration, and the FAA, Federal Air Administration. And Sean Duffy saw everybody talking about the foreigners coming over, the B1, the B3 visas coming over, the illegal foreigners that are here driving trucks and not getting proper licensing and proper training. It took me 7-8 months before I was even ready to go out on my own, right? And even then, it still took me a couple years before I feel like I was super safe. I don't even know if super safe is the right word to use, but hey, CJ, welcome in, brother. Sorry I didn't get you in last time. You will be first up. If you're gonna keep following CJ, if you have time, I'll get you up first, brother, okay? Because last time I was really tired on the last live. It was either 2 days or 3 days ago, so I'll get you up first. But anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, so Sean Duffy went to a truck stop, and you can look all this up. This is all on Giggle. He went to a truck stop in New Jersey, and he talked to a bunch of other truck drivers to see if what all the whistleblowers were saying was true. Well, he found out that it was true, and he put into act an emergency deal that within 48 hours, 194,000 truck drivers lost their CDLs, non-domicile CDLs. Why? Because California and a lot of other states, I have a video on it, YouTube, if you want to go look at the YouTube video, a lot of states were giving out basically illegal CDLs. And so now they're being threatened. The federal government is threatening those states with no federal funding if they keep up this nastiness. There's no integrity in that. We got to save beautiful American lives, you guys. It's really, really important. Let's see, over here on YouTube. Hello, Dink Kid, how are you doing? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here. Kai, welcome in. Hello, how are you? If you guys can, please share the live, and if you could subscribe, I'd really, really appreciate it. We're new to YouTube, and we are trying to grow. We are trying to get a hold of all 350 million Americans. This is a national emergency. Beautiful American lives are at risk on our roads every single day. This isn't a joke. This isn't for attention. Again, I do this for free because I love my country. I'm a patriot, and I hope that y'all that are watching can also get involved as soon as you can. Over on TikTok, again, thank you for all the shares, the likes, man. Y'all are my heroes. You're spending your time with me. What's the most valuable thing on the planet Earth? I want to ask you, let's see in the chat. What do y'all think? What is the most valuable resource on the planet Earth? I want to see what everybody has to say. Tell me in the chat. my wife finally got home today, woo, and she is over here. She won't come on. I tried to get her to. I know a lot of people would like to see her, but she is staying hidden for now. Let's see. Margaret Rees, Margarita, Rees over on YouTube says, I'm the best. Thank you. You're the best, Margarita. Just the fact that you're here, you are my hero because you are supporting something that really matters. American lives matter. Even illegal lives on the road matter. All lives matter, you guys. The most important thing to me, okay, health. Cisco says health. That is correct. Time and energy. Jason X. Time and energy. Okay, let's see. What else do we say over here on TikTok? Wisco says, I'm right. I'm out of here. Oh, okay. Thanks for coming in, Wisco. Appreciate you. Okay, so to me, the most important thing on the planet Earth is time. Time itself. Why is that? Because we all are going to lose this very precious thing called life, called energy. Me doing this right now, this is energy. I'm not going to be able to do this forever. There will be a time that my life source, my energy source will burn out, and so will yours. So where we spend our time, you guys over on TikTok, hitting that screen, liking the channel, that's your life source. That's your time. Sharing the live, following me over on YouTube and hitting the like and subscribing and telling other people, getting involved. That's your life source. And that's important to me because, like I said, American lives are at risk. I tell everybody, I want to just bring this up for a second. Anybody and everybody, if you are at a truck stop and you're a truck driver, every day, one person, this is what I do. Obviously, we're all free Americans. We could do whatever we want. What I do is I go up to at least one person. I look them in the eye and I say, hello, brother or sister, if they're male or female. And I either shake their hand, I give them bumps, or I give them a high five. I look them in the eye and I say, you know what? Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for bringing my family supplies. Because while I'm going to the East Coast to give your family supplies, you're coming over to the West Coast to give my family supplies. I'm only one truck driver out of 3 million, right? In a $1 trillion industry. So I try to do that, and I let them know truck drivers are uniting, one driver at a time, 1 mile at a time, because we are uniting, and we are going to dominate, and we are going to take back this industry that we love so very, very much. So again, thank you everybody for being here. Again, my name is Vince. I'm an American truck driver, and let's see over here. Kai, again, hi. I see you guys. Thank you for being here. Tom over on YouTube says, I thought truck drivers were already united. Oh, I already said that. Rob says, Trump could care about the working people. Yeah, Tom, I think so too. Oh, you said they don't. Okay. Well, I believe Trump does care. I don't know him personally, but regardless what side you're on, I have really learned to not allow the shorts that we're watching, to not allow videos that we're watching, and not to allow other people divide me. I'm not doing that anymore. I don't even consider myself on the right or left anymore at all. I consider myself right in the middle, because we are 98% similar, you guys and you women. We are 98% similar. There's only 2% of us that we have different ideas or thoughts. So whether it's Joe Biden or Donald Trump, doesn't matter. Let's focus on the bigger thing. Why are we focused on all these little details of like their personal lives that get us all to fight as Americans? It's not cool, y'all. We need to get back to being patriots, loving one another, helping one another, and thinking about one another. I know y'all see it, right? Every single day, we see everywhere we go, we see people are not caring as much. People are just kind of negative, and they're like everybody's head is down in a phone. And so that's what I'm doing here. YouTube, you guys, thank you for being here. TikTok, thank you for being here. Y'all already know I am trying to, and I am uniting everybody in one place so we can create an app or a website where we can all dominate the industry and make decisions together. Not me, all of us, right? And we also need to figure out some way, just like our forefathers did, to protect our hearts from ourselves. In other words, the greed, the corruption, we're all capable of that, including me, right? So how do we put in place a system that protects us from us, that protects us from the greed, right? So I don't know what it is. I need all of your help. What we need is to unite, and then we'll figure it out together. You know why? Because we are literally the backbone of America. We are the lifeblood of America. Okay? We're the blood, we're the heartbeat, we are the spine, we're the strongest part of America. Just so everybody knows, truck drivers on average leave this life at about 62 years old. That's right, 62 years old. So I ask you, has the American truck driver earned the right to have really good pay? I think so. I think company drivers in the 1970s, company drivers were making an equivalent to today's money. If you did an exchange of currency, truck drivers were making $170,000 a year. Back in the 70s, it was about $35,000 company, but today that'd be about $170,000. And owner operators were making it between $3 and $350. Okay, so today they're making it anywhere between like $1 and $130, and it's not right. It's not right at all. We are the tip of the industry. We are the tip of the economy. We have earned the right to have a really good life. We're going to leave this earth at the early age of 62 on average. Our job is 7 times more dangerous than law enforcement. So think about that for a minute. 7 times. I personally have a 7 times greater risk every time I get in that truck and I leave my home to support my family. I have a 7 times more risk of not coming home than a law enforcement officer in any department, right? Whether it be a trooper, a sheriff, state trooper, a sheriff, city police, marshals, FBI, whatever. Truck drivers are at a much higher risk. We are 7 times more dangerous to not come home. Did you know 3 drivers a year are unalived by carbon monoxide poisoning while they're sleeping? Usually it's in the hottest of the summer, right? Running your diesel engine for air conditioning so you can actually sleep, like you're in Phoenix, Arizona in July, or if in January or February you're in Montana, northern Montana, or let's talk about North Dakota. Talk about cold. Has anybody been to Fargo? Wow, it gets really cold. That's crazy. Chuck Vago says crazy. Yeah, a lot of people don't know these statistics about the American truck driver. Hey, thank you, Mr. 780. I appreciate that. That's pretty cool. I like that that pumpkin, excuse me. Coffee. All right, over here on YouTube. Respectfully, if I'm reading on YouTube, if I'm reading on TikTok, or TikTok if I'm reading on YouTube, I'm not being disrespectful. I'm handling two platforms at one time because I love the American truck driver and their families, and I'm trying my hardest to unite us all. And with your help, we are doing it every single day. And I just want to see all of us succeed. I don't want to see any one person succeed like the greatest. I want to see all of us succeed evenly. I want to see the middle class be strong. That's what I want to see, because that's how America was built. On YouTube, if you have any questions or you want to come in, I bring up people over on TikTok. I don't know if you have TikTok. A lot of people on YouTube don't have TikTok. A lot of people on TikTok don't have YouTube. So let's see. Mr. 780 says, love what you're doing for us truck drivers and owner operators. Mr. 780, you're welcome, brother. And I encourage you to also get involved. Please, excuse me, I keep having hiccups. I am encouraging everybody to get involved because right now we need it. Today's topic is double brokering. What does anybody know about double brokering? How much money, let's see in the chat, YouTube, in the chat, please. How much double brokering do you think the American truck driver is losing? And trust me, it's happening to the company drivers also. Company drivers, by the way, mega carriers are only 14% of the industry. I want to make that clear right now. Owner operators, small business owners, mom and pop are literally 86% of this country. So the 86% are the strong. They are the strength of the United States of America, literally. One man, one truck, one woman, one truck. Let's see, what's BS, Gunnar? What, in your opinion, what's BS? Also, what do you guys think? How much money is the American truck driver losing off double brokering? And do you think that it's right? So I think there should only be one broker between the shipper and the driver. We don't need multiple brokers. Here's why. Let's say you have a load. Let's say it's going for 10K from coast to coast, Los Angeles to Jamaica, New York. Okay, Los Angeles to Jamaica, New York. And thank you for the follow, Wise Man. I appreciate that. So let's say we have a load for $10,000. Okay, that $10,000 load, the broker, in my opinion, should get no more than 5 to 7%. Now that's just my opinion. But the truck driver is the one that is doing 14 hours a day, taking all the risk, all the anxiety, suffering by leaving their family, sacrificing their family time that they will never get back. They're sacrificing their health. Okay, the broker and the shipper is not sacrificing all that. The broker is able to meet anniversaries, birthdays, holidays, funerals, surgeries. So is the shipper. Truck driver, no. So coast to coast, $10,000. What's happening if the broker makes 5%? What is it that? Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 50. That's 50, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. So that's $500 for one load at 5% at 10K coast to coast. The broker spends, what, a couple hours on it? That's $250 an hour. Do you hear crickets? I do. You know why? Because that's a lot of money, all right? So the driver, in my opinion, should be getting $9,500, except for company driver, of course, but company drivers should make a lot. Anyway, okay, so you got $9,500. Now, let's say the broker's even taking 10%, right? And that's $1,000. Okay, if you have a double broker and that double broker is taking another 10%, well, now you got $2,000. Now the owner operator is only making $8,000 instead of $9,000. That's $1,000 extra that provided an additional broker that was not needed, a job that is now taking out of the driver's pay. The other broker is not going to feel it, right? For broker number one isn't going to feel it because he gets his money. Broker number two, happy because he got money he didn't earn or she didn't earn. Third broker, same thing. So let's say there's 3 brokers on one load. Okay, that's $3,000. So the truck driver is getting 7K, and now the truck driver can't save money for future breakdowns, can't pay his or her bills, and that's what we have going on in the United States right now. We have double brokering, and it's not okay. How much money and lost revenue do you guys think double brokering is costing truck drivers? Well, I'll tell you, it's anywhere from $500 to $700 million per year. Everybody on YouTube, thanks for being here. Everybody on TikTok, you are amazing. You know I love you guys. Thank you for being here. All right, let's talk about it. Give me 1 second here. Double brokering, you guys. Let's see. What is a double broker? A double broker is an illegal and deceptive practice in the freight transportation industry where a carrier accepts a load from a broker but then rebrokers it to a second unsuspecting carrier without the shipper or original broker's knowledge. The double broker pockets from profit from the difference in rates, often leaving the final legitimate carrier unpaid and creating significant risks, including cargo theft and payment issues for all involved parties. So this is pretty bad, right? How double brokering works. A legitimate shipper hires a freight broker to find a carrier for their goods. The broker contacts within a carrier or contracts with a carrier, but this carrier is actually a fraudulent entity known as a double broker. The double broker then rebrokers the load to a second legitimate carrier who will actually perform this transportation. The double broker collects payment from the original broker, but often disappears before paying the second carrier who did the actual work. Now that's never happened in my case. I'm pretty fortunate, but there is double, triple brokering in my case. I can't say who I'm leased to, but double and triple brokering is bad. It's bad news. It gets complicated. There's too many hands in the cookie jar. We need to get rid of double and triple brokering. Period. End of story. Let's see. That's not the... Okay, so Pastime says that's not the only example of double brokering. Correct. There's many, many examples. Okay, we got our first person. Cisco. Perfect person to talk about this. Hey, what's up, brother? Welcome in. How are you? I hear you working in the background. I can hear you, yeah. I hear you typing. Okay. Hold on. On YouTube, I'm going to turn this up so you can hear. Go. Can you hear me okay? Yeah, there's a little bit of static, but I mean, it's okay on my end. There's a little bit of static, but actually there's a lot of static. Do you have a headset, brother?
No, I was just gonna. I do have a headset on.
That's weird. I'm literally hearing every vibration in your car.
Okay. Let me get back in. I'll come back in a little bit.
Okay, come back in because you're just the guy to talk to about this. This is perfect. All right, brother. Later.
Yeah.
All right, come back.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Bye.
So, if those of you that don't know, that is Cisco. He is a broker. He's a decent man. I've talked to him quite a few times. Hey, 10, thank you for joining. I appreciate that. Okay, so now we'll get into what does it cost us? What does it cost the United States for double brokering, right? Let's see. What does double brokering? Anybody else? If anybody else wants to come up, now is your chance. Feel free to come up. Please don't be shy. You will not be interrupted here. You will not be disrespected here. Your voice matters here. And I want to hear from all of you. I want to hear from all 350 beautiful souls. It doesn't just have to be a truck driver. It can be an American citizen, but we are here for the truck driver. So if you're a truck driver, if you're a broker, if you're a carrier, if you're a mega carrier, if you are a shipper, we want to talk to you. We want to see, we want to try to solve these problems together. And you know what? You might be the person over on YouTube. You might be the person with the answer, right? It's going to take all of us to fix and strengthen this industry and to be truly united, dominate, and take back the industry that we love. Let's see, how much does it cost? All right, give me 1 sec and we'll get into how much it costs. How much does double Double brokering. I don't know if you guys can see that. Cost America every year. All right, let's see what we got. So, thank you for joining Abumid. Don't give up. Thank you for joining also. Let's see. Pastime says carrier to broker, interlead, then to carrier to double book if the load was received under carrier says there. Yeah, no kidding. It's dirty business for sure. Okay, double brokering is estimated to cost U.S. trucking industry more than $500 million annually. Some estimates place the losses even higher, around $700 million YouTube per year. The significant financial impact stems from losses in revenue and increased cost due to fraud, theft, and the occasional complications such as delayed or damaged freight. I don't think that probably happens very often, but hey, revenue loss. Okay, factors contributing to the high cost. Revenue loss. Shippers and carriers lose money with the shipments are subject to fraud. Increased operational costs. Dealing with the aftermath of double brokering, such as replacing lost freight or addressing delays, can lead to additional expenses for all parties involved. Fraud and theft. Double brokering often involves criminal activity, leading to direct financial loss from cargo theft to fraudulent schemes. And that's what's happening in my case. Fraudulent schemes. You know what? If I had to just do a quick mind guess of what double brokering has cost me. And I know when it's being double broked because it's not direct shipment, right? Sometimes you can't find direct shipment. I wish it was just a law. This is something we all need to think about is contacting our congressmen, communicating with our senators to get some of these laws on the books, to get these bills on the books. Enough is enough already. None of us should be worrying about anything. Anybody that's working hard, that's doing a good job, that is honest, a truck driver, whether you're company or owner operator, doesn't matter. You should be making a really, really good living. You should be making at least $170K a year company, and you should be making at least $350 owner operator for a small business. Period, end of story. When you're putting in 70 to 90 hours a week, and you're taking the risk of losing your life by the time you're 62 years old, and you're 7 times more at risk every time you start that engine and you merge onto the interstate, you've earned it. You've earned it. Okay, escalation of issues. The unauthorized rebrokering of loads can result in complications like delays, deliveries, damage to goods, and disputes between the original shipper, the fraudulent broker, or the carrier. So I've had brokers before that literally booked the load 2 or 3 times between themselves before they even had a driver. I've had the second or the third broker begging me to take the load because they don't know what to do. They already promised the last broker they would find a driver. So broker number 1, broker number 2, they're satisfied. You know, they passed the load on. They sold the load, but nobody even had a driver. That's crazy to me. How can you have a driver? How can you book the load from the shipper to the consignee without a driver? It's absolutely insane. We need to put a stop to it. Okay. All of you 42 beautiful souls that are here, if you have not yet shared the live, please share the live. Please tap that screen. And also, if you can, next time you're over on YouTube and you could subscribe to Truckers Unite Now, we would really, really appreciate it if you see fit. There are a few different videos over on YouTube. I try to mix it up a little bit. Also on YouTube, you can only make 3-minute shorts until you get 1,000 subscriptions. And it's really, really hard. YouTube really makes you work hard. Right now we have 59 subscribers, and I'm thankful for every single one of them. It's super hard. So thank you for sharing the live. Thank you for liking the live. And if anybody wants to come up, don't be shy. Let's rock and roll. Let's talk about double brokering and has it ever affected you? In the chat, if you want to tell me what's ever happened to you from a double broker. Have you ever had a financial issue where there was damaged goods or you didn't get paid? It is a thing in the United States, and we need to put a stop to it. Let's see. Pastime says, and the original broker will lose their account. Well, I hope so. That's good news. Let's see. Ozma says, now you have 60. What do you mean that? Oh, now I have 60. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay, so some of the things we want here are some of the things that would be really cool that we're working on is to enforce cabotage. Enforcing cabotage, I feel, is a must. Stealing American freight while here is not okay. We don't go into Canada and take freight, and we're not allowed to, and we don't. And we're not allowed to go into Mexico and take freight from Mexico to Mexico either. So we'd appreciate it if it didn't happen here. There's about $300 million a year lost in cabotage. Hang on one sec. If you're just joining, today we are talking about double brokering and how it affects the American truck driver and their families. It's just every angle you look at the American truck driver. I mean, I don't know if you can see it in my face, but I'm honestly exhausted from, it's just every angle of the trucking industry is to take money out of the driver's pocket. The driver does 90% of the work. I'm sorry, but they do. They do 90% of the work. They should get 90% of the pay. That's my opinion. I understand everybody needs a job, but I'm not here for everybody. I'm here for the American truck driver and their families. We, at best, should have an amazing middle class life. Okay? By the time we're 50, we should have everything paid off, right? We should be making enough money to put hundreds of thousands of dollars in the bank, in the savings, okay, for the future. We should all have brand new trucks. This is insane what's happening right now. Let's see, RJ says, what's going on here? Wiring hard and getting punished. PJ, we're talking about the trucking industry, the fraud. We're talking about American truck drivers needing help to pass laws, reverse laws, and or enforce laws or rules that where the public safety is at risk. The true professional truck driver, I would say, probably prevents at least 6 or 7 accidents every single day. I know I do, just from people merging on the freeway alone, right? Just people merging on the freeway alone can be a challenge sometimes because folks aren't paying attention with these phones now. Again, if anybody wants to come in, is that like colorful thing? Is that bothering anybody? Does that bother anybody's eyes or anything? I don't know how that got on there, but I could try to take it off if it's bothering anybody. On YouTube, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. We're over on TikTok, and TikTok, we are also over on YouTube. Okay, so we need to put a cap on shippers. We need to put a cap on CDLs, how many CDLs are allowed on there. We need to put a cap on MC and DOT numbers. You know, there are only so many shippers in the United States of America, right? So if there's only so many shippers, why do we need so many truck drivers? Why do we need so many brokers? We don't need, 500,000 brokers. I don't know how many brokers there are, but there's too many. If there's double, triple brokering, that right there tells me there's way too many hands in the cookie jar. We need to put a cap. There's something called a medallion for taxi drivers out of New York. I don't know if they still had this, but in the 90s, they had what was called a medallion. This was before Uber. And a medallion, it's like a metal, like a belt buckle. It's called a medallion, they're about that big, and they go on the very front of the hood of the taxi cab. And that medallion cost about $150,000. So to get into the taxi industry in the state of New York, Manhattan, let's say, you had to either know somebody, it had to be your dad, your grandpa, your uncle or something handed it down to you, or you had to pay $150,000 to get into the taxi industry in that area. Now, that kept down the amount of taxi drivers that could be there. It narrowed down the industry to the true professional taxi driver. It narrowed it down to where when you went to New York, you had a great taxi driver because that person was invested in their business. They cared. It was their baby. It was their bread and butter. They invested into it. I think trucking should be the same. What if we had a medallion where you had to prove you were a professional driver, you had to prove that you read this entire book, as we should, you had to prove your hygiene was up to par, you had to prove that you care about saving lives every day and protecting the American public, you know, you have to prove you care. You have to be legitimate. You have to have the same DOT number, the same MC number. You're not just flipping it all the time to create forever clocks for your drivers to make more money, right? So this medallion, I don't know if it's still a thing, but it was amazing. It kept down the amount of drivers. So we need that in the trucking industry. We need a medallion for brokers. There's some amazing brokers out there. Let's get the best of the best, keep them. Let's get the best of the best drivers, keep them. Put a cap on them. Let's get the best of the best, not cabotage, but like Mexican drivers that are coming up, getting a load and going back to Mexico. Let's keep those drivers. Let's reward those drivers for good behavior. Canadians, same thing. The ones that are coming down, getting a load, going back or going back empty, let's reward them. Let's reward good behavior instead of just focusing on the bad behavior and then holding everybody accountable for one bad person. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for joining, y'all. I appreciate it. And yes, sir is coming in. Coming in for a landing. Yes, sir. Welcome in, brother. How are you?
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You have been here. How are you doing today?
I'm good, brother. How are you doing? I'm doing great. My son came home today from the hospital, so I'm stoked.
I'm so sorry about that. Since I saw you on this broadcast, I follow you and I really appreciate the service you've done for us. I'm a truck driver. And you remind me last time you also spoke to some of your family. I think it was your son was a surgery and he was on delivery. You remembering me, you remind me, I was getting same issue last year. The load comes from Maine to Cincinnati, Ohio.
Gotcha.
And what was happening to me, my wife was at the hospital in Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky, and I was having delivery for the next day. So I was not able to drop day ahead. So I messed up. My wife, she was at the hospital, and then she kept telling me, hey, if you not come, I'm not going to deliver. So it was really painful as a truck driver.
Yep.
And when you're telling us that history, your history, it remained me like a painful how we work on this job and how they try to take advantage our job.
Right.
It's for each other. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's really for each other. What we are doing on this, we're shaping the country. We do the best. We are the backbone of the country.
That's right. Don't you forget it.
We did delivery for everything, almost like everything. So, and we take all of America. I'm American citizen. I'm original from Africa. But
Yeah.
I'm American citizen, and I love the country.
But you did it right.
Save the country.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I really take care about it in America, safety first. And what I was happy last time, like I think it was a day before or yesterday, the thing you said, Oklahoma. Thank you so much, Oklahoma. I really appreciate that guys also. How come like the guy came from somewhere? I don't know. I don't care about where he does come from, but no given name. And then he tried to take my job, which I have a right to do it. And then and then he's cheaper than me. Like let us say. If I say, hey, I need $3 per mile or $4 per mile, they will get that guy with no name on it, no giving.
Right. Right.
You can save like maybe $1 or less than $1. So nobody will use my career or nobody will use my private, service, So that's really ridiculous. But I just want to say again, like you said, thank you, Oklahoma. We will remind you. We will remember you.
Yes.
What you do for us. So thank you, Oklahoma, again and again and again.
Yes.
So keep doing what appreciate it.
Yep.
And the thing is, the people must stand up for our rights. The people must listen each other, must unite, come together, because we got the same issue, we got the same painful, we're safe in our country. So we mustn't be a guest, we mustn't work like a guest. This is our country.
Yes.
This is what we have to care on it. You know what I mean?
Yes, I love your attitude.
So,
Absolutely.
We have to take action. We have to take an action. That's our right. Which is our right. Everybody, like I remember your speech a couple of days ago, also as well. Everybody in this country, before even he starts the job, he know what is his paycheck, minimum wage. What they call it, minimum wage.
That's right.
So why? Everybody he knows what he should take paycheck. But I'm safe in the country. I'm holding for the kids meal. I'm holding for the what they call it construction stuff. I'm holding for the fuel.
Good.
I'm holding for the water. I'm holding for the food. I'm like all that stuff. So I am very important person.
Yes, you
in this
are.
country. More than the guy he already know. More than he already know. The guy already knows his minimum wage, and then he should tell. He can tell you directly. Hey, I want to start the job. I want to start working for next week at Walmart. Example, Walmart, and then minimum wage is like let's say $15 an hour. So 15 times 8. He already calculate, and he already knows what he's getting for it. What's the benefit?
That's right.
I'm paying for the most highest insurance. I'm paying for most highest insurance company out of my pocket. Maintains out of my pocket.
Right.
Tires, everything out of my pocket. On top of that, I'm the highest person who pay. Like I don't know if all the people knows. We pay the 22.9, which is they call it highway tax.
Yeah, $500.
The fuel and iftar tax. And I pay for each and like almost everything. I give in this. This is something for him. We need to change. We need to stand up. We need to say something. We have to do something like you do. And I really appreciate it. Keep doing what are you doing? You saving us. You fighting for us. You telling the truth. I saw many people. They condemning you with this. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about.
It's funny. Yeah.
Some people. I saw the comments. Some guys. They told you about. You think this is something? Yeah. If you don't do something, you will never get something.
That's right. That's right.
So your action is very bright. I love it. I love you guys. The way you do. Like it's something. It's incredible. Like I cannot tell you how. You cannot imagine it. What did I feel when I see you? Because what you're talking about, all those are real truth.
Yes.
We need to stand up and truckers unite. Let's come together. Let's fight for our rights.
That's right.
Let's fight for our kids. Let us fight for our country. Let us fight. Like we have to fight for the positive way.
This is our time.
Like what I'm talking about.
Yes. Yes. I love your energy, yes, sir.
This is our time.
I love it.
We need a change.
Yes.
We need a change.
Yes.
We need it. Right now, I'm talking to you. I'm doing delivery. I'm in Texas. I'm going to the Houston, Texas. This delivery, just picked it up yesterday in Ohio. I messed up for last night. I was very lovely to stay with my wife and my beautiful kids, but I need to feed them. I need to pay them.
Sure.
What they call it rental. I need to pay the fuel. I need to pay the electricity. I need to pay for the school fee, school clothes. Everything. So I've been like one delivery example right now. The one I'm delivering right now in Houston tomorrow. It's 2 shifts. and I already messed up for 2 nights away with my family.
Oh man, I'm
So
sorry to hear that.
I have to get what I need. I have to get, I have to get my right. I have to fight for my right.
So Yasser, what are,
Like you,
yeah,
fighting for my right.
that's right. Yasser, what are some solutions that you would have? What are some solutions that you think we could do to better our industry? What do you think some things are that we can do? What do you think?
Oh, that's a good question. The first thing I heard about that from you, and I really 100% agree with you.
Okay. So let's see. Not taking cheap freight, right? That's one thing we can do. Not take cheap freight, and we can tell other drivers, hey, don't take cheap freight.
No, yeah.
Yeah. All
No.
right, who's this?
Jeep freight. No
That's right.
Jeep thing. Because listen, how it's gonna happen? I'm taking a Jeep freight, but from the roof insurance price, and I have to pay for one tire like almost $600 dollars.
That's right.
Just one tire. So
Right.
just imagine it. How I can do this business? How I can run this business?
That's right. That's right.
Just take the Jeep freight.
Have you ever heard of the God Act? Do you know what the God Act is? Yes, sir?
Jeep freight.
Yes.
Yes.
You do know what the God Act is?
Yes, and I need to sign that. Yes, I need to that petition. That
Yes.
petition you tell us before, right?
The God Act,
I
yeah.
have that link, and I will follow for tonight.
You're thinking of
Tonight, once I stop there.
yeah, no, that's different. The AFFTRA.org, that's a different petition. I mean, I signed that. I agree with it. I don't know if it's going to pass or not. I hope it does. Anything is good. Anything that benefits truck drivers is good. But the God Act is overtime, guaranteeing overtime for truckers. And if we call our 2 senators and our congressmen, we can say we support the God Act. And that's about $500 for company drivers per week extra in our pockets. And it's about $1,400 extra for owner operators. So it's worth it. Why wouldn't everybody call? It's completely worth it, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
That's a fair word. Yeah.
Yes.
That's a fair word. I really agree with that.
See the God Act.
I really agree with.
Yes. Yes. Well, thank you for coming in, Yasser. And you're breaking up, brother. Thank you for coming in, man. I appreciate you. God bless you. And come see us again, okay? All right. You're breaking up really bad, brother. But please come back and see us, okay? Anybody else that wants to come up, come on up. We promise we won't bite. We won't interrupt you. We won't be negative. We will not disrespect you. And your voice will be heard. Okay, those of you that don't know what the act is, and by the way, thank you for joining on YouTube. Let me know in the chats, can you hear everything that they're saying on TikTok? What we're doing is we have truck drivers join in. We want to hear comments, complaints, and solutions. Those are the 3 things that are really, really important to us, that we help each other, basically. So real quick, everybody, the GOT Act. This is really important. If you want to make an extra $500 to $1,500 per week, this is some power that you have now. The GOT Act, guaranteeing overtime for truckers, GOT Act, is proposed legislation that would amend the Fair Labor Standards Act, the FLSA, to eliminate the exemption that has prevented truck drivers from receiving overtime pay since 1938. That's insane. The aim is to ensure company drivers are fairly compensated for all hours worked, including unpaid waiting times, and would be the first step towards modernizing the industry's compensation structure according to proponents like the Owner-Operator Independent Drivers Association, which is OOIDA. However, the American Trucking Association, ATA, opposes the bill, arguing it would negatively impact drivers' pay, destroy jobs, and cause supply chain disruptions. So let me ask you guys, is the ATA there for us saying that? How could they say that? How could they say that about us? It would, okay, you say you're for an American truck driver, yet you say it would negatively impact driver pay. Okay, wait a minute. Me making more money would negatively impact my bank account? Like, who do you think you're tricking here? Who do you think you're fooling here? ATA, TIA. I'm sorry, but they are not for the American truck driver or their families. The GOT Act will put more money in your pocket. Anyway, I estimate company drivers 500 extra a week, and owner operators I estimate 1,400 a week. So let's see. The GOT Act proposals. It eliminates the overtime exemption on truck drivers. The core proposal is to repeal Section 13B of the FLSA, which exempts certain motor carrier employees from overtime pay requirements. Fairness and compensation. Proponents argue that this is only fair for truckers to be paid for all their time, including unpaid hours spent waiting to load or unload. Well, yeah, who's going to say that? Who's going to say that it's not fair or it's fair to not pay truck drivers for overtime? Who's going to say that? Only somebody that it benefits, right? Only somebody that's already making billions of dollars off the truck driver's back. Who might that be? Shipper, broker, mega carrier. Those are the only ones that are benefiting tremendously off our back, off our blood, our work, our spine, our sacrifice, us taking the risk to get in that truck, start the engine, drive down the highway, and risk our lives to deliver the goods and services that the American people need. We don't mind doing it. We just want the money that we've earned. Okay, we're not saying we deserve something. We're just saying we've earned it. All right, we're gonna take a gamble on Daily Trucker. I normally don't take no-name persons, but Cisco, welcome in.
Man? Can you hear me better?
Now I can hear you good, man. How are you? Thank you for that, clarifying that.
Good.
Much better.
I was just gonna go and I just wanted to make a quick comment about the double brokering issue we're talking about.
Okay.
Just give you maybe a couple of situations that I found myself in as a broker. I have used other brokers to help me cover loads, and the time where I've used other brokers is mostly when a carrier's fallen off at the last minute, and you're just, or the capacity is so tight in an area that you're just, really struggling to find a carrier,
right?
Different things like that. But as far as I think what you were reading off on, as far as the double brokering, is more on the fraud side of it, where somebody say, I booked the load, I find a broker to take it, he finds the carrier, I get the paperwork, bill my customer, and then I disappear, and I never pay either one of them. You know what I'm saying? I could see that, being the fraud on the fraud side. Right. Normally what happens is on a double brokering, in my case, I'm going to use just my, I'm not saying that there's other things that don't happen out there. But what I'll do is if I book that load, so basically there's two things that happen. The customer can go to me and go, hey, I need a truck from A to B, and this is the price that I'm looking for. I'll look it up. I'll look at the pricing. I'll be like, man, that's you're pretty close to just you know what I mean? It's going to be tough to cover that load. We understand that. We got other people working on it, and I'll go, okay, cool. I won't book the load, but I'll start trying to work it. If I find a carrier will go, hey, this is what the customer's trying to be at. I'll try to make my 10% off the load, and then they'll tell me, no, it's too cheap. I can't take it. I'll do it for X. Then I'll go back to the customer and I'll tell them, okay, hey, look, I got a truck in hand at price X. And they'll say, well, nah, you know what? I'm going to keep looking. No problem. Carrier, sorry. Customer, they still want to be at this price. If something changes, I'll call you back. Okay. Then there's the instance of they'll go, hey, I got these loads for the month of October. Give me your best bid for all these, usually I'll get a package of 8 to 10 loads in a month, and so I'll say, okay, these are my prices for this load. I have to abide by that price. The death of a broker is going back to the customer and telling them you can't cover the load,
Right.
or you need more money, because they don't work like that. The customer is like, you booked it at that, cover that. I mean, if you got to pull out of your pocket, we don't care. I mean,
Yeah, that's the problem,
that,
man. That's
like,
it. That it's crazy.
You know,
it's crazy.
but that's the way it works. I mean, so
Right.
you have to be on salesman. I mean, you know, basically a broker when you're. I mean, I'm a carrier too. I got trucks as well, and so I understand the carrier side. I understand the broker side. You know, like I said, I mean, that is the nature of the beast. But does that mean? I mean, so anyway, let me just go back to how the double, like you say, the.
Are you talking about co-brokering or
When I
double brokering? What you're talking about is more co-brokering, right?
Exactly,
The emergency.
Exactly. Co-brokering
Yeah.
is mostly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't think that's bad.
That profit that I have in that load is basically what I'm working with. I mean, you know, so if I give it to another broker, usually I'm giving it to him for the same price that I have it booked at. I'm like, hey man, you got to truck this guy. I got to truck at this price. And I'm like, dang, that's the price I was looking for. Here's the money. I know you want to make your 10%. Here's what I got. I broke even. I'm okay with that. I broke even. My customer's happy. Carrier's happy, or I don't know, I'm assuming their carrier's happy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I got the load covered. I made no money. So I mean, you know, in a lot of, so I go co-brokering. The double brokering part of it, yeah, I mean that's just straight up fraud. I mean, you know, and if that's what people are doing out there, I mean, but you know, at the end of the day, Vince, I mean, I just, you know, I really am a firm believer that us as carriers really do have all the power.
Yes.
Government aside, they really do. I mean, you know, because I'll give you a good example. Who said that going into Florida, the prices are higher than, say, if you were going into Louisiana? Carriers said that. Carriers went, hey, I got to make more money. You know, they set that price. No shit. I mean, if a shipper, think about it for a second. If a shipper could ship from Florida out for $1 a mile right now, who's to say that that shipper wouldn't want to ship into Florida for $1 a mile? I mean, what do they know about our costs? What do they know about, you know, I mean, but somebody stated, hey, look, you know, your load's going to Florida, man. I mean, I'm not going to find a carrier at $2 a mile to get into Florida right now. There's no way.
Well, that's why we need more transparency too. Everybody knows what the drivers are making, but not a lot of people know what the brokers or the shippers are paying. That's the issue, man. And drivers, they're falling off the wagon.
And that's what I'm saying. But
you know.
Right, and I agree with that. I think that the transparency part of it, I think if people really saw what it is, I think people would go scratch their head going like, what are we really fighting about here? I mean, you know, the thing is, and this is my thing, is that I think carriers need to start looking at the brokers as their customer and not as the devil. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, brokers, again, they compete with other brokers. Carriers compete with other carriers. You know what I mean? And we're all under the same umbrella of supply and demand.
Right.
You know, if I can't cover a load for a certain price, I have to go back to the customer and go, hey, look, you know what? I mean, this is not working. Your price isn't working. I need more money. They're just asking me for way more money. But if there's somebody out there who takes the load, I mean, like again, I mean, you're just defeating the purpose. It's just that vicious cycle, you know what I mean? And I think that there's just so many different. Everybody's like their own individual company with their own different overheads, with their different, you know, driver pays, and just I mean, and so it's hard to get everybody on the same page. But if you could get everybody on the same page, the carrier does control the market. They control the pricing. All day long.
I wonder how do you think it would be if all shippers knew what drivers were getting starting tomorrow, Monday through Friday? What do you think our world would look like in 30 days? Do you think shippers would care, or what do you think?
I agree. I think that you would have a real change. I mean, because I've thought about it too. Because like I've talked to my customers and I'll go like, really guys? Like, I mean, I have trucks, you know, and they're like, yeah, but you know what, my sales and this and that. And I mean, you know, I can go through a million things that the customer does. I mean, they do a lot of stuff that you know, I kind of look at it and I go, whoa, that's messed up. Like, I mean, a customer will make money off of the freight. I mean, I've talked to people that they'll tell me, I mean, I know people in the industry, salesmen for, you know, produce and these different types of things. And they told me our company policy is that if we arrange the freight, we have to make money off of it. And I'm going like, what? Like,
Right.
really? You're like, yeah. So like, if I call you and I say, hey, I need a truck, and you tell me $1,400, well, we have to turn around and tell the customer we found a truck at $1,800. And I'm going like, that's crazy. Like that, you're making money off of the freight. I mean, that's for the trucking company. I mean, you know how much it costs to run a trucking company?
Yeah.
And they're like,
Yeah.
that's what they want to do. So I say this, and I told them, I said, look, let me put it to you this way. If you give the carrier the price that they want, I don't think anybody really cares what you do after the fact. I think the problem is when the carrier goes, I need $3 a mile to move this load, and then you go, no, I want to pay $2.50, and then you turn around and charge your customer $3 a mile. I go, whoa! Now that's the part where I go, that's not fair. I mean, that's not a fair deal. I mean, why are you lowballing the carrier to make more money on your side? You know,
Right.
and so I can understand both sides of this.
You know, I think
but
so many people are justifying. So many people for a long time, shippers and brokers have been making so much money off not a lot of work. Respectfully, I say that. You know, they do not work as hard as a truck driver does. They do not take the risk, but they get all the reward. They get a lot of the reward. Even 10% to me sounds crazy. You know, I think all brokers and shippers should come in a truck with a truck driver for just a week and see if they could do the same thing. It's not the same thing driving an 80,000 pound vehicle down the road in all kinds of weather, traffic, the way four-wheelers treat us out there on the road, the way they drive daily to protect lives and the risk that we take, the stress that we have. It's not the same thing. Remember, Cisco, we don't live, I'm not gonna live to 80 like you probably will. I'm gonna live to 62. So time's going almost a third faster for me than it is you for me to do this job. So for truck drivers to make brokers money and make shippers money, it's coming at a much, much higher cost. And I think people are so used to saying, well, yeah, you're coming out of Seattle, so it should be $1.50. Well, why? The truck doesn't know any difference. Your time is no different. It's
But who set that price?
I don't know who set that price, but that's what we need to change. We need to change all the prices to a set minimum.
And I think when they say when I think you say Truckers Unite, I think it's Truckers Unite to do better as far as negotiating rates. And I'm going to be honest with you. I believe that the spot market, if you're working just off the boards, I mean, you are going to die by the boards. I mean, you live by the boards, you're going to die by the boards. The thing is with the boards is that they're so inconsistent. You know, they're like a heart rate.
You know, brother,
up,
hey.
Down, up, down, up, down.
Yeah. I've lived off the boards now for 9 years. About 30% of what I do is fairly regular, and I do have brokers that I call on a regular basis, but I don't take less than $3 a mile. That's it, period. Now, back in 2019 and before that, my life was good, man. I bought a house. I was taking care of my family well. I had zero complaints. I didn't realize it at the time, but that wasn't even enough money of what a truck driver should be being paid, because I didn't know at that time that my life was shortened by trucking. I wasn't aware of the health risks at that time. When I was a 30-year-old man, you know, you don't think about like when you get older, right? You're not thinking about it. But the simple fact is truck drivers are losing their life fast. They need to be on more vacations. They need to go on vacation twice a year, because at 62, they're gone, right? So everybody else, does that make sense? You know?
No, yeah, I agree with your position. Like I said,
Yeah.
I think this is an issue that can be viewed from a lot of different standpoints.
For sure.
I think the amount of effort that I've put into my business, you know what I'm saying? What I've had to do so that I am not just the one truck owner, that I do have my own customers, that I did open a brokerage to out of necessity to service those customers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, now I kind of go like, oh, okay. Now I see where I'm kind of making money in all these different places, diversifying a little bit. And I think that most guys, if a carrier, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I think there's a lot of guys out there who just are just want to drive a truck. You know what I'm saying? But and again, I know the cliche thing is everybody says, well, you don't know how to run your business. I just don't think that they're really interested in being businessmen. I think that they're interested in being a driver that wants to do what they want to do when they want to do it. So when you look at it at that level, then you kind of get what you put into it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you know what I mean, it's like, it's, you know, I just feel like you can, if you really want to get out there, you're gonna have to buy more trucks. You know, you're gonna have to maybe open a brokerage, get your own customers. Your world opens up. I mean, it's so hard for me to explain because I was in your shoes. I was the one truck guy, owner operator, driving the truck, going, why am I not making it? I mean, why am I not making this? You know, and as I started kind of looking at it and doing the investigations and seeing what can I do to better me. You know what I'm saying? In my situation, because obviously other carriers don't care about me. The broker doesn't care about me. The shipper doesn't care about me. Hell, the government doesn't care about me. You know what I mean?
And this is how we're in this place. Brother, that's why the world is the way it is.
Sure.
That is why the United States is the way it is. And that's what I'm doing here. I agree with everything you're saying, except for if I'm blessed enough in the future to own, let's say, 20 trucks, I will never buy a second or third Ferrari while my employees are making $80K a year. Instead of me buying another Ferrari, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give all my employees a raise. I'm gonna pay them more because at the end of the day, they're the ones that are making me be able to only work 20 hours a week. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Period, end of story. So I'm here more on a spiritual level, honestly. I'm here more like a soldier for the Lord that is trying my hardest to unite drivers so they can better themselves and their families. Like, do I think I'm gonna do great? Yeah, I've already met so many people and I already have so many like different job offers where I can make a lot more money, but it'll get my focus away from all those other people. I've already had tons of commercials want to offer me thousands of dollars to promote their products, right? Because I'm comfortable on video, audio, that kind of thing. But at the end of the day, if I sell myself out, what about the other guy that's doing bad? You know what I'm saying? So I'm more here trying to, you know.
And I'm sorry, Vince, I don't mean to interrupt you. I apologize, but I'm not selling anybody out. I mean, I'm gonna, you know, when I look at what my customer is paying, you know, when I look at what my customer is paying me, and I go, I pay my drivers 65 cents a mile. That's what my drivers make, 65 cents a mile. Okay. And empty or loaded, I mean, that's what they get paid.
Let me ask you a question. Is that your set number or is that based off what the shipper is paying? What you pay your drivers? Or is it overall expenses?
I pay them 65 cents a mile. I remember when the COVID thing happened, you know, all these guys were like, oh, these guys over here are paying 75 cents a mile. And
that's not enough, brother.
Guys, this is just over. This is not real. It's going to go away. And those guys who are trying to pay 75 cents a mile, they're not going to be able to pay you and they're going to drop you. I'm going to pay you a wage that I can maintain.
I got you. Yeah.
My customer's paying. So, I mean, I think that, you know, going out there and taking advantage of the free market, it's not that hard to get a customer. I mean, it really isn't if you have good salesmanship. And that's the thing, is that if you know how to sell, you can get a customer. If you know how to market yourself, you can get a customer.
Yeah.
And you do a good job, you can get a customer. I mean, it's not that hard. And I think
you're not wrong.
I mean,
you're not wrong.
And there's a lot of guys out there who can just, you know, drive. You know, they'll pull for Tyson. They'll pull, you know, they know a guy in there who gives them a load a week or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a lot of different things happening. You know, but I think that, like I said, again, my biggest thing is that if you live off the boards, and like you were saying, you see that inconsistency constantly. I see inconsistency as well, Vince, but let me tell you, my inconsistency is on a monthly basis because I bid freight on a month. You know what I mean? That's the way I do it. So when I bid that monthly, I know that I'm going to have that price for the full month. And sometimes the market takes a dip in that month, but I got to be okay with that. Sometimes I'm going to lose money on loads, you know, because all of a sudden capacity got really tight in this area and I wasn't ready for it, you know. And
that's the issue. I don't want you to lose money on a load. That doesn't make sense to me. We're doing business wrong, brother.
But
we're wrong.
These are the things that I accept with.
I hear you.
I agree. It's
That's
like
a
when you go
successful
get a truck,
man.
You're gonna have to deal
But
with,
yeah, but it
you're
ain't
gonna have to
right.
deal with the DOT, whether you like it or not. You're
Yeah.
gonna deal with the DOT.
Yeah.
You're gonna deal with traffic.
That's trucking.
All right, Cisco, I'm going to get some
That's
other
trucking.
people in here. So thank you for
No
coming in,
problem,
brother. Anytime,
Take
all
care.
right?
Have
All right,
a
you
good
guys
one,
go
man.
follow Cisco,
Take
you
care.
guys. All right, later.
Thank you, man.
All right.
Everybody
Macomb.
says that's trucking.
I'm
What's up, brother?
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm just listening. They say trucking. That's trucking. I'm thinking that it's wrong.
Yeah.
Just because it's been a common practice for so long.
And he's a great guy. That guy, he's a great guy, but see, that's the problem. We are also we're robots saying the exact. This is trucking. You should make shit. Coming out of Seattle, you should make nothing. Like, what are you talking about? My truck still has wear and tear. I still need to make money, right? To live, to support my family. Like, what are you talking about? I shouldn't make any money coming out of Seattle. Like, somebody started that 60 years ago, and we just keep doing it. We just keep rotating the same thing. Sorry, go ahead.
There's no such thing as a back home anyway.
I don't think so.
Back home.
Yeah.
No, it's nuts. I haven't been home since July.
Well, just because
I haven't wanted to go home either. I mean, it's not like I'm complaining, but I'm just saying there's no backhaul. It's always forward.
always forward, man.
With trucking,
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen on Friday on Blue Ribbon Logistics, there's going to be a live stream at 8:30 with a constitutional.
I saw it.
I just got off the phone with her for the last hour and a half.
Yeah.
Great lady. I am so looking forward to this live stream on Friday.
So what are they
I
doing?
asked Chris to let me on. What?
Go ahead. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
I asked Chris, I've been asking him in the comments, and I've asked a couple of the guys to get me invited. And, hopefully I can maybe build a book with this guy.
Are they gonna let you up or no?
But the conversation with this lady, man, he's ignoring my comments.
Are they gonna let you up or no?
No, I hope he does.
They're not gonna let you up. They're not gonna let you up, brother. You know why? Why would they let you up when you're gonna say
I
that?
talked to her. I told her, hey,
You're lagging. You're lagging, brother. You're lagging.
sorry, I don't know. I'm at the hotel.
That's okay. Can you get on Wi-Fi? Try to get on Wi-Fi if you
Yeah,
can.
let me try that.
Yeah, get the password and it might be. It should say on your key card on the
Is that
cardboard.
better?
Much better. Because we keep interrupting each other because of the lag. You know what I mean?
I apologize.
Thank you for the follow, Carly. I
Well,
appreciate
anyway,
that.
so yeah, look forward to that live stream Friday.
Do you think they're gonna let you up or no?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah. I would say they're probably not going to because you're an advocate for drivers and you're not enforcing their thoughts. And I just want to remind everybody something. When somebody says they're an expert or they know a lot about this industry or that industry or these statistics or that statistic, okay, that's your opinion. Just because your opinion is set. For example, I have my own truck, right? I have my own small business. I can go make a sticker that says Vince is the best truck driver in the United States of America, and I can slap it on the side of my door. That doesn't make me the best driver in America, does it? That's just my opinion. Okay? So, and I don't think I'm the best driver by any means. I'm just simply saying, just because somebody says that their statistics are right, like what are they basing it off of, right? What are they?
Right.
Where did their statistics come from? At the end of the day, it's very simple. Drivers should have a set minimum rate. Period. End of story. Whether they know their operating cost or whether they don't know their operating cost. And I agree that owner operators should know their operating costs, of course. But let's take a company driver. If you have a company driver that just got out of prison, let's say, and that man, this is his second chance out in society, should we only pay him 20 cents? I mean, what's enough? 30 cents a mile? How much does that man deserve? If he loves to drive a truck and he's alone, he's a single man. I mean, what's good enough for this man? 30 cents, 20 cents, 50 cents, 40 cents? What's enough? Well, I'll tell you what, every state that man goes to, there's a set minimum wage. Do you know why? Do you know why there's a set minimum wage for Burger King, for McDonald's, for Chick-fil-A, for Walmart, for Best Buy? There is a set minimum wage so that people can try to pay their living expenses, rent, food, or mortgage, car payment, insurance. All of those things are expensive. For a family of 4, a minimum of like $8,000 a month is needed to support a family, if not more. In America, we live in America where things are very expensive. Okay, yeah, the internet is terrible, huh? I know I can hear myself. On YouTube, thank you. I see you, and thank you for coming in. I'm sorry, let's see, minimum wage is minimum wage for teens. Yeah. Okay, so Lee and Lisa say minimum wage is a starter wage for teens. Exactly. Okay, so if a teenager makes a minimum wage, how come an adult doesn't have at least a minimum wage, a minimum of what you're going to make so you don't get taken advantage of? Because if we don't set, I believe in a free market, and it's complicated, right? If we don't set a minimum wage, we're going to have a lot of people taking advantage of other people. And I think that's what's happening in the industry. There are so many people justifying in their mind and in their heart why they should pay someone 50 cents a mile because of A, B, C, D. But in my opinion is...
Get drivers in here to haul for $1 a mile.
Well,
that's these brokers' bread and butter. They're not looking at how safe are they, how experienced are they. They're looking at what they get off the top.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think brokers should make more than 7%. That's kind of my number, 5 to 7%. I think 3% though, like what AFFTRA.org is. How many signatures do you guys have over there?
9,027, I think.
Okay, and there's how many days left?
Pretty much 3 days.
Okay, there you go, everybody.
So
there's 66 people in here. If you guys all went and told 10 people and they all signed it, you'd have your signature. So those that don't know, it's AFFTRA.org, and that is dollar minimum for company drivers, $5 minimum for owner operators, and a 3% max on cap on brokers. There's also the GOT Act, right, which is guaranteeing overtime pay for truckers. There, as of right now, there is no overtime for truck drivers because somebody very clever went and said truck drivers don't deserve overtime. Oh, they work 90 hours a week and they risk their life, but they don't deserve overtime. No,
right.
No, not at all.
That's because all we do is overtime.
Right. Well,
truck drivers do all the overtime there is. I mean, we can do it all.
3 days you're over it. Yeah.
Could you imagine only working an 8-hour day?
No, we laughed about it in my training. I remember
I would go crazy if I had to only work. I mean, I enjoy staying busy, but if I had an 8-hour day of work, holy crap, that'd be a lot of extra time.
Yeah, thank you, Good, for sharing the live. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I'm going to bed, brother. I love what you're doing. Keep up the good work, man.
Thank you.
Talk to you later.
Okay. Later, David. Have a great night, man. Take care. Yes, I can put the link in below. Give me 1 second here. Hang on 1 sec. AFFTRA.org. And I also have a video on it. If you go like 15 videos back, let's see who said that. That was Miko Salishi. There is a video that I had about 15 videos back. YouTube, welcome in. Welcome in. Next up, we have Mr. Quaburka. Did I say that right? Quaburka? Oh, Quaburka's gone. Mr. Quaburka is gone. All right, let's go over the GOT Act, you guys, because this is something we can do now. This is the power we have now. I know I've been over it many, many times, but we're going to go over it again because it's important. Remember, call your 2 senators and your congressman. That's all you have to do. Make 3 phone calls. Call your 2 senators and your congressman. Guess what? You're getting $500 to $1,400 a month extra in your wallet. Okay? The GOT Act. What do we got? The Guaranteeing Overtime for Truckers, GOT Act, is proposed legislation that would amend the Fair Labor Standards Act, the FLSA, to eliminate the exemption that's on there now that has prevented truck drivers from receiving overtime pay since 1938. You know what? I'm going to make another video on this because I think the bill, that the end date is also coming up soon. I'd have to ask Lee and Lisa. They're the FMCSA Green Book literal gods, as far as, I don't want to say gods, but they're well versed on that book front to back. The aim is to ensure company drivers are fairly compensated for all hours worked, including unpaid waiting times, and would be the first step towards modernizing the industry's compensation structure, according to proponents like OOIDA. However, check this out. However, the ATA, American Trucking Association, opposes the bill, arguing it would negatively impact drivers' pay, destroy jobs, and cause supply chain disruptions. First of all, we're more than likely never going to have a supply chain disruption. You know why? Because American truck drivers love delivering freight to the American people. We care about the American people. We're not going to let the American people down. That's why you haven't seen a major strike, because we don't want people to not receive their medication and their baby formula, right? We care. During the of 2019, the C whatever, 90% of us were running. Okay, and out of that 90%, I would say, to be fair, I'd say probably 60, 70% were afraid the first 30 days. I was scared for my safety the first 30 days. I ran anyway. You know why? Because I knew America needed me. Okay, and I'm not looking for some clap or pat on the back. I'm just simply saying, I personally never served in the U.S. military, so I felt like this was my way to give back to my country, was to serve during the cold and flu of 2019. I felt like, you know what, this is something I can do as an American truck driver. I can keep running. I can supply America with the goods and services that they need to survive. Because you know what? They're not going to live without me and the other 2.9 million drivers driving on our roads. We're for it. Oh, the ATA is against anything. Yeah. So Lee and Lisa says if ATA is against anything, we are for it. Yeah. So there you go. American Trucking Association is not there for you, driver. They're there for the shipper. They're there for the broker. They're there for the mega carriers. They don't work for us. I promise you. Wolf said, I ran. Okay. Wolf, I salute you, brother. Thank you for running for my family during 2019 when my family needed goods. I appreciate you, man. I really do. Thank you, Wolf. There's a true American patriot right there, Wolf. Thank you. JD87 says drivers never received our hero pay. We literally get nothing. Yeah, as usual, right? JD87. That's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to let America know what we truly do. I need to make some more videos. I'm debating on if I don't like talking about my family much, my wife and kids, for obvious security reasons. But I need to find some ways to let the American public know what the American truck driver really goes through, what it takes to get these goods and services, because they don't understand the mental and spiritual and emotional toll that it takes on a truck driver to not be in their family's life. And that's what it takes. Let's just be honest. It takes a man or a woman to be away from their family that they love with all their heart for weeks on end, most jobs over the road, right? That's what it takes to move America. So before someone says, well, you chose it, well, aren't you glad I did choose it? Because if I didn't, you wouldn't have anything you need. If Wolf didn't choose that, what would you have? If Lee and Lisa didn't do that, what would you have, I ask you? What kind of economy would you have? It'd be like a third world country. That's why America's so strong, because of the American truck driver. Yet we are forgotten constantly. Us and the U.S. veteran. Truck drivers and veterans are just always forgotten, and we that needs to change. Wolf says, I appreciate that, but I didn't run for cloud. I ran because the U.S. needed us to run. That's right. Same here, brother. So Wolf says the same thing. He didn't run for cloud. He didn't run for attention or a pat on the back. He ran because America needed him. And that's what 99% of us do. Every truck driver I talk to, it's not about pride or ego. It's about it. The diesel gets in your blood. It's that simple. You don't really choose it. It kind of chooses you. And 99% of truck drivers I know have a backbone of steel. Yet people do this to us. It's absolutely insane. Let's see. Empty Pocket says most people could care less. Well, not for long, sir. That's what we're doing here. We're going to make sure people know. I think education is everything. I think that the average person, I think 9 out of 10 people, if educated, I think that they do care. They just don't know, bro. They're not aware of what's going on. Okay? Just like, for example, when I first became a truck driver, and I'm a little embarrassed to say this, but when I was 35 and I became a truck driver, I didn't think about how food got on the shelves. I didn't think about how supplies got around. It didn't matter to me. I didn't really care to investigate or research. But once I became a truck driver and I started going all over the lower 48 states, I was amazed at how our infrastructure is designed, how it's made, how strong it is. It was amazing. President Putin over in Russia came here, I think it was I want to say 15, 20 years ago, he came to the States. And he told the president at the time, I forget what president was, but he was amazed at the grocery stores, the different selections that we had at our grocery stores. He was absolutely amazed. Wolf says, driving isn't a job, it's a lifestyle because it's not for some people. That's right, Wolf. And that's why we should be getting the financial revenue that we've earned, not that we deserve, not that we want, that we've earned. In my opinion, for company drivers, that's $170,000 a year. For owner operators, net, that's $300,000 to $350,000. And it's not like that's a lot of money. That's just a good life for you to live until you leave the earth at 62. That's on average, drivers. That's our life expectancy. 62 years old. And our job is 7 times more dangerous than law enforcement. So just think about that for a second, okay? Think about what are you worth with that? We're literally selling our bodies for financial income, right? It should be a lot. We should be going on vacation twice a year, not once a year, because our life expectancy is 1/3 less than the average person. Thank you, everybody, and thank you for sharing. Thank you for the likes. I really appreciate you guys on YouTube. Thanks for coming in. We're starting to slowly get more popular on YouTube. Thank you, Dankcoin, for coming in. YouTube's really, really difficult for some reason to get subscribers. If anybody here is not subscribed yet to Truckers Unite Now over on YouTube, and you feel like you want to help support us, please go over there and just subscribe. Maybe like some of our videos if you want. Let's help get the algorithm out there so that we can get more people on one platform. The goal here is to get all 3 million truck drivers that are passionate and love the American trucking industry, to get us all united at one place, so some people smarter than me, so some other truck drivers, we can have a system in place where we all have a voice and we're all protected from the human heart. What I mean by that is it's similar to the American Constitution, Bill of Rights, and Declaration of Independence. Our Constitution was designed for the human heart to protect us from ourselves, right? To protect us from the greed of man, from the tyranny of man and woman, right? From our natural worldly flesh desires that we're all capable of, okay? So how do we protect ourselves from ourselves so that we can all benefit fairly from this? That's what I'm about. That's what we're doing here. I do okay. I would like to do a little better, but there's a lot of people that are underneath me. There's company drivers making like 50 grand a year that are literally giving their all. They're working 70 hours a week. They're good men and women, and it's a joke. They're out there a month and a half at a time, and they're making 50, 60, 70 grand. They should be making like 130, 140, 150, 160 for what they do for a living. That's my opinion. You'll never talk me out of that. I will debate you on anything. And let's get some more people up. We're going to run for about another 30 minutes or so. Pukana, how are you? Did I say that right?
No, it's Pukana.
Oh, very good.
It's okay, but my actual name is Sana. I'm
Sana.
sorry. How are you?
That's okay. Good. How are you? Welcome in. Thanks for coming.
It's a pleasure listening to you. Like, you always come up with something that can really make me think about it. Like, oh yeah, he's right. Oh yeah, he's right. I'm like constantly telling myself all that.
I'm trying. I try to think what is fair for everybody, not just what is fair for me, right? That's the only place we're going to get somewhere, is if we're fair with each other, Oh, I
Yeah,
think
thank
that-
you for that. I really appreciate it. Like, since we're getting in that business, in that field, and sometimes a lot of things feel so unfair, and like
Yes.
being as a newbie, it just kind of make me confused sometimes. Should I be there or not? Should I be there or not? So, like,
Yeah.
it is confusing. But I
Right.
just stopped believing what other people are saying a lot about it. But I'm like, no, well, this is. I don't know. But you're kind of a person like kind of really clear or confusion. That's all I'm
Good.
trying to say.
Okay. How long have you been driving, if you don't mind me
Yes.
asking?
No, I'm not dry. I'm
Oh.
learning.
Oh, you're learning.
That's why,
Okay.
you know, like that's why being as a newbie, like you get even more confused. Like, oh, am I doing something wrong, or am
Yeah.
I doing it right, or like being in the field? I'm sure you have enough experience to know everything. Being me as a newbie, that's kind of like scary.
Well, we'll have to start for somewhere, right? I'll tell you a quick
Yes.
story. So my stepmom, she's Indonesian. She's a little tiny thing. She is 4'11". She's 90 pounds soaking wet. She's a little tiny thing, right? My dad is 6'2". He's about 210 pounds, right? And so long story short, when I first became a trucker, this was like 7, 8 years. No, this was about 3 years after I started. So it was about 8, 9 years ago. I went down to Los Angeles. I was bobtail only. I got them both in the truck. I just drove around on the freeway on the 210 interstate. I drove around with them a little bit just to let them see what it's like being up high in a truck, 6 feet up in a truck. And my stepmother said something to me. She said, no way could I drive something like this. This is wild what you do. You're amazing. I said, no, Mom, I'm not amazing. I am just well trained and I have practiced for years. I said, look, Mom, if you have 10 fingers, 10 toes, you have a couple legs, you have a brain, an average brain with no mental health disabilities, you can drive the truck too, Mom. Look, the steering wheel goes up and down, in and out, the seat adjusts. So what I'm trying to say is a lot of people think they can't do something, but engineers have designed everything to pretty much everything to where if you have the knowledge, if you have the training, and most importantly, if you have the will to be a true professional, anybody can do it. It just takes practice and it. So you'll get there. Anybody will get there if they want it bad enough, right?
Correct.
So
Correct. That's so true.
yeah. So that's what we're about here. A lot of lives in America are being lost right now on our public highways. And that's what we're trying to do. Sean Duffy just got away, took down 194,000 non-domicile CDLs, which is good. Not because they're foreigners. It's not about, well, it is about illegal. But even a legal foreigner, if they are not trained properly, why would we allow them out? Or even an American citizen that was born here. If you're not trained properly, you shouldn't be on the road. Period.
Correct. That's right.
So
I feel like sometimes I feel like they should go after schools too. They should check like what are they doing there? Like they need to start visiting all these schools actually, because
yes.
once you get the license for the business, for the school, whatever, okay, the government thinks that okay, everything is fine with that school. But whatever's going on inside, we don't know what's like.
And what about the third party?
So I went to this one school, and before I was trying to get admission to one of my schools. So we were asked to at least visit 3 or 4 different schools to make sure, just to answer questions. So this one school, when I went there, and now the guy was like, hey, do they have an evening class? And they say, yes, we do have an evening classes. It's going to be around from 6 to 9. And I was like, isn't it too dark, especially during winter time? Like, I was like, all my classes going to be during at that time, like from 6 to 9? And they say yes. And I'm like, okay, but is it possible that I can have some classes in the morning too? Because for me, learning in a dark night time, like what am I learning? Maybe
You're
I'm
smart.
learning from the inside, but like I really need to be driving during the daytime, But if I'm getting my CDL and I'm getting all my training at nighttime, and now I'm in a truck and driving during the daytime, I'm gonna be a bit confused, isn't it? So that's what she answered. That's what she replied. Don't worry. When you go to your TDL test, we will make sure that you memorize everything. No, I'm not here to memorize everything.
Good for you.
I'm here to learn everything.
Good for
to
you.
apply in my own way. I don't have to memorize anything. Like, it's easy to just sit, memorize words. This is this, and that's what they do actually.
Right.
So yes, you are right. Some school, when they don't speak right, like when they don't speak the language, they make them to memorize all the words. So guess what? They're in the CDL road test. They boom pass the test because now the instructor knows that, oh, okay, that person knows everything, all the equipments, whatever, you know how that thing works. So
Right.
I was pretty surprised, and I didn't go back to that school. I'm like, no, thank you.
Yes.
I need to learn.
You know, did you know also a lot of these CDL schools, they have what's called a third-party tester. So the school itself will have a person like you or me, right, that doesn't work for the Department of Motor Vehicles, but they are a person that, like, I could just sign you off. I'm a certified DMV. You know, I give people their license. I sign them off to get their license, but DMV never really sees. Yeah, so this is the problem. And I'll tell you this, I'm embarrassed to say this, but I love being transparent because I really don't, with all due respect, I don't care about your truth. I don't care about my truth. I care about the truth. Does that make sense? I say that
Yes.
respectfully,
Yes.
okay? Now,
Yes.
when I first became a truck driver and I received my CDL, I did 5 weeks in school, okay, and I did some classroom and some, driving. But when I first got my license and a company hired me, that trainer the first day, I did not know. Listen very carefully. I didn't know how to hook up a tractor to a trailer. I didn't know how to use the landing gear. I didn't know how to use the pigtails. I didn't know how to pull the fifth wheel handle. I didn't know how to do it because my school didn't teach me. So I don't know whose fault is that. I mean, I pay you $3,000. Actually, it was like $2,700 or $2,800 11 years ago. I don't know what it is today.
Wow.
But long story short, I didn't know how to do the most basic part of the job. That's not my fault. That is the school's job. Like, how is this even possible? So you are not wrong. Probably 30 to 40% of the schools are terrible. The school I was at, I can't even say on TikTok what the instructor was doing and what that person was under the influence
Let
of.
me share my experience with you.
Yeah.
When I was going through, like, my friends,
Mhm.
one of this guy, I don't want to name him, but he told me, hey, you need a CDL license. You can just go to California and get it without going through any school.
See, that's the problem.
I'm like, yeah, but then, and he was serious about it, and I was like, he was like, no, you just go. Their company will also offer you a job too. They will teach you. They will give you a job and everything. And I was
Right.
like, how long is it gonna take all these? He said 2 weeks. It took me 2 weeks to pass the freaking written test.
So-
2 weeks.
So,
I'm
my,
like,
yeah.
2 weeks is very much time.
My opinion on trucking schools, and that's one of the things I have written down to, if I ever talk to Trump or some of these other officials, is we need to make our driving schools a lot harder. My opinion, we need at least 6 to 8 weeks school training, and then we need over the road for a couple months. We need city driving for a couple months, and then maybe mountain pass and weather driving, construction driving for another. It should take you a minimum of 6 to 8 months, in my opinion, before you're left alone on the road with that, because it's a dangerous
I
piece of
agree with that.
machinery. You know?
That was the first question I asked my instructor. I was like, whatever you're teaching me, it's on the straight road. What about those hills? How am I going to learn that part?
Well-
like how? Because my school where I'm going, there's no hills. It's just a road. It's just a parking lot.
Right.
And I'm practicing.
Nope. You should know how to.
Now I got my CDL license. I passed my CDL. I have my CDL. I'm gonna go for the job. I'm just
Cool.
saying. And now I'm on the hill. What am I gonna do there now? I
My
never learned that in school.
my biggest suggestion to you is find a company that really cares to train you in the truck well, because I'll tell you this, and this is what a lot of drivers think is a joke, and I'm telling you right now, it's not a game. Once you have your CDL, if you go out there and you do something in that truck to cause a fatality, guess what? You could go to prison for 10 to 20 years over unaliving somebody by accident. Your heart could totally be in the right place, and it is a potential that you could go to prison for 10 to 20 years. So it's all fun and games until you actually get caught, right? Or something bad happens. So be careful. I used to always think that was a joke. Like the first 3 years, I thought, oh, what could ever happen to me? I had a drunk driver hit me about 2 years ago, broke my right hand, destroyed my semi. I just paid it off. It was a terrible experience, but it happens. It happens every day, especially with cell phones nowadays. So I think your heart's in the right place. You sound like you care, and you sound like a true professional to me. Like you love America, you love driving trucks, you take it serious, and we need more people like you on the road. We do.
Thank you. I really appreciate it, but I was very surprised because I'm like, it took me 2 weeks to pass only the written test, one of just the general knowledge test, because there were like more than 300 questions. There were 4 chapters. I went through all the chapters and everything too. And
Nice.
those chapters are pretty intense when you go through it. It's not a joke.
Do you have one of these yet?
No, what is that?
Okay, this is an FMCSA regulations code book. This has every regulation you'll ever need to know on trucking. This is your Bible of trucking. So this is the big one. This was $40. I got it from Iowa 80. Some friends of mine told me to go get this because the smaller one that a company will give you is missing about 100 pages or so in the book.
Okay.
So this will give you all your rights. For example, if you ever become an owner operator, 371.3 out of here tells you about broker transparency, which that could be the difference between $50,000 in a year. So it's really important for all drivers to read this. It'll just help you. Yeah, Lee and Lisa. I don't know if you know who they are.
I never knew about all that.
You're welcome. Yeah, Wolf says that's the Green Bible. Lee and Lisa say it's the FMCSA Bible. And start. Oops, sorry about that. Start following these people too. Start following these other people. Not just me, but there are so many. There's like 7 to 10 great trucking advocates out there there's a lot that do better videos than I do. I just started like 30 days ago, but there's a lot of great people in this industry. Follow those people and stay away from the negative truck drivers that are like, oh, truckers will never unite and we never get paid enough and blah blah. All complaints but no solutions, right? Don't stay away from those people, or try to help them become more positive. That's what I'm trying to do, make people more positive.
Like Renee saying in a comments that it's sad that you have your CDL in your trucking school never told you about all this. And this has come to your point now, Mr. Trucker. They're really doing bad job, those schools, and the people really need to go after those schools. Like, hey, what are you doing?
And that was 11 years ago. So what is it like now? It's like everybody, I get it, right? Everybody needs money. Everybody wants money. But when you put human life at risk, you know those 3 souls, those 3 folks that were unalived in Florida by that driver that did a U-turn?
Yes.
His license was out of California. Probably the same type of school you were talking about. Turn them and burn them, baby. Turn them and burn them, right? Well, that cost 3 people their life. Those people are gone. Those family members are mourning right now. Could you imagine losing your daughter, your son, your mom, your sister, your best friend? Well, those people were loved by somebody, right? We all love people. So,
and they need to realize that the truck drivers is not only watching out for themselves, we're also watching out for the other small, tiny cars as well, too.
right.
You know, when they make all these little tiny turns around the truck. So,
Yep.
a lot of new drivers, like student drivers, they don't know what's going on. They just drive. So we'll be actually watching, like we have to be more responsible. I mean to say that, hey, you're not only taking care of yourself, but you're responsible to take care of people on the road as well.
That's right.
It might be not your mistake. It might be their mistake. But guess what? Who's in trouble? You're in trouble. You
That's
still have to be
right.
watching, like, you know, the other person, like, make sure nothing happened. This is... It's
Yeah.
just, but thank you so much. I really learned. Actually, I took a screenshot of what you're showing because I have to
Good.
look at it right now.
Well, like I said, I've made
That's
a...
very nice.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to make more videos. I didn't know there was folks watching me that were
No.
like pretty
I
new.
think that would be actually a lot better because I'm gonna start
Yeah.
reading that, and I think it would be like really helpful for us if you just make one video on each chapter or each
Yes.
topic or something like that. So,
Right.
because sometimes whatever it says in a book might be a lot different than how you say it. Like you might come up with in easy words, but like you know,
Exactly. Like
and
and
makes it a lot easier for us. Thank you.
I am pretty decent at that, like making, a paragraph, just putting it into a sentence and making it simple. Because I know when I go to YouTube or TikTok and somebody's like, hi everybody, welcome in. Last weekend I pet my bird and okay, let's talk about how to start the truck, right? Like, would you just tell me how to start the truck and show me? Make it 10 seconds, please. I don't need to hear about you petting your bird. I don't care. No offense, right? I'm here to learn how to start a truck. Show me how to start a truck in like 20 seconds. So
That's why I love listening to you because you're always on the point. Like,
I try to
This is
be.
the problem.
Just so you know, you have.
I was saying the truck union. We should have a union. Yeah, yes, that's
That-
what I believe. I think we should all have it too.
That's what we're
believe that
starting.
too. Yep, we should.
We're getting there. You're a part of it right now. You're part of it. You're getting involved. You're caring. You're not getting paid to be here right now. So that tells me it's in your heart that you care. That's great. We need
Yes.
more people like you. We do. We need more people like you. Just so you know, you should. If you want to, there's some great people in here right now that I know. Tool Time 56. He has 42 years of experience. Lee and Lisa also 42 or 43, and they are huge trucking advocates. They've been to DC. They were, well, I won't say too much of their business because that's their business.
I've talked to Lisa before. And
Oh, have
she
you?
was so great. She's amazing. Lisa,
She is.
The most important thing that I have learned from Lisa when she told me not to go for leasing, and this is something stuck in my mind. Thank you, Lisa.
Yep.
I don't know if she's here now, but thank
She
you so
is.
much. Yes, she was so good. Like that was very kind, and she did reply to my messages too. So she's pretty good. Like I
Yep.
really liked her, and I'm like, that's pretty good. Like when we have some good people that are actually there to answer your questions. But thank you so much, Trucker.
Yep.
I'm gonna actually go down now so you can pick someone else so we
Okay.
can learn more. And thank you.
Awesome.
Very nice talking to you. I really appreciate it. All right. Thank you. Bye.
You as well. God bless. We will see you later. And also, I just followed you as well, okay? So we're friends now on TikTok. Again, any of you that are here, you 52 beautiful souls, if any of you have not gone to YouTube yet and subscribed to us over there, please do that if you feel like you want to support us over there. We need more support over there. From what I am told by the experts, 50% of us are on TikTok as Americans, and 50% of us are on YouTube. So we just started our account over here on YouTube. There are 3 people in right now. Thank you, in. So if you're on YouTube, please go over to TikTok and also join us over there. And if you're on TikTok, please join us on YouTube. That way we can really get this out there and we can unite truck drivers. None of this is about money. This is about our lives getting better. This is about putting more power into our pockets where it belongs. We are the American truck driver, okay, YouTube? We are the ones that deliver the freight from A to B safely. We are the tip of the spear. We are the backbone. Not a lot of people can get in those trucks and do what we do, right? And drive for 11 hours a day and then afterwards do a post trip and do paperwork and answer phone calls. Speaking of which, the GOT Act, G-O-T. I'm going to keep reminding y'all, the GOT Act. Call your 2 senators and your congressman, please. Because you know what that does for me? That'll give me overtime. Well, not me personally because I'm an owner-operator, at least owner-operator, but what it'll do is it'll make the rates go up because the mega carriers will have to pay their company drivers more money. If they have to pay their company drivers more money, guess what? They're going to have to get more money from the shipper, okay, and the broker to put in their pockets to pay their drivers. That's going to make the rates go up like it should. Because of the power of drivers and their families, the American truck driver, we were able to get Sean Duffy, the attention of Sean Duffy, Secretary of Department of Transportation, and notify him and let him know how many non-domicile scam CDLs there were. And Sean Duffy did some great work. He got rid of 194,000 non-domicile CDLs. Thank you, Sean Duffy, for caring and actually getting involved. If you're watching this from the bottom of my heart, I thank you for helping protect my family on the road. We're not against, it's not about race or sex or creed or religion here. It's about being a true professional truck driver, being a professional on the road, reading all your signs, right? A control device. What is a control device? It's any and every single sign that you see. So if it says no trucks going down this road, don't go down that road. There's a reason they say no trucks. Whether or not you agree with it, there's a lot in Northern California that I don't agree with. Stockton, California area. I don't agree with it. And it's like, okay, I can either go 3/4 of a mile down here and get to the shipper, or I have to go 7 miles around. I don't want to go 7 miles around. And then I got to come 7 miles back around to go to my next pickup. That's 14 miles more wear and tear, time, fuel, wear and tear, everything on my truck. I don't want to do it. But you know what else I don't want is points against my PSP, my CSA score, or my company CSA score. I don't want to do all that. I don't want to get violations on my beautiful CDL that makes my bread and butter. Your CDL, your commercial driver's license, is everything. Protect it like you protect a pew-pew. You put it in your safe, right? It's no different. Your CDL is more important because without it, you're not making any money. Those of you on YouTube, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. TikTok again. This is a really slow night. But thank you for all the likes and the shares. I appreciate you. Rem Scout says, good luck. Thank you for that. Mr. Sacudio is leaving. He says, sayonara. Thank you, sir. Don't forget, call your 2 senators and your congressmen, please. And back to double brokering. We have the power as the American driver to not allow double brokering. I personally do not allow it. And if somebody's double brokering, I will not take the load. Somebody else can just have it. I won't contribute towards it, you know. Kyan, did I say that right? Kyan?
Yes, sir. Hi, how you doing?
Hello, welcome in. Thanks for coming, man. How are you?
Pretty good, sir. Thank you very much what you do for us. So that's really full of love, to be honest.
Thank you.
I'm originally from Afghanistan, so I came in 2021 and I was in combat interpreter for special forces, and I flew Black Hawk for a while, and I was training Alabama. Now I'm here, you know, just in this field to make my dreams. I mean,
wow.
Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of drivers that they don't know how to drive. I mean, having a CDL means that you are a professional driver. What professional means that you drive not like the other drivers do. So you have to be very professional, even like signaling, changing the lanes, reading the signs, everything. So yes. I'm gonna give you a quick story today. So I'm hauling a oversized load today. So in Arkansas, I was looking through my permits in the GPS. So, however, I mean, sometimes like the GPS was missing with us too. So they took me on the route that I was not supposed to be. So I end up in a point that was a bridge, which was 16 and 3. So it says like, oh no, this is not for me because I'm hauling the load, which is 14, and my truck is also not gonna go fit there. So I stopped early. So luckily that I got a DOT retired officer who was serving himself to help me to back up, and also I got a police officer. So I tried to back up and try like to turn around and wait for the new permit to give me a reroute permit. So
nice.
Police went through to my record and sees like I had not my background and my record was clean completely because I don't have any violation, and come to speak to me, and I was clear to speak English, and they told me like that was a good thing that you stopped early because I says like
true professional. You're a professional.
Thanks to them that they didn't give me any ticket. That was a very good thing. So,
you know why? You know why they didn't give you a ticket? Because you called them, you did the right thing, you protected the public safety. You know, and that's all they want. I have a few friends that are in law enforcement, and they're human first. That's the disconnect. People think they're not human. They're just out to ruin your life. Not all of them are like that. That's only like 10%. 90% of them are decent men and women. They just want to protect public safety and enforce laws. So they will bend the law a little bit as far as, like you said, not giving you a ticket, because you stopped early, you notified them, you were a professional, and who knows, you might have collapsed the bridge, you might have caused all kinds of problems. So thank you for that. That's awesome, brother. That's awesome.
I mean, when I'm using the roads, so it means that I share the roads with the other public. So which I appreciate. So it's not only for my safety, it's for the public safety, and for the public safety, not only for the public safety, it's for my safety, or my family's safety too. So my whole point of view is here that I'm an immigrant. Yes, of course, I have a permanent resident. I got it through SIV, which is I served for this country overseas.
Awesome, thank you. Appreciate your
I
service.
saw the hearing of the Secretary, Mr. Sean Duffy, said that he was talking about citizen, like if the people not have a citizenship, if the people they're not citizens, so they're not going to get a CDL. I disagree kind of with this, because like all the immigrants that are here is not they're not all the same, you know, like to do illegal U-turn and cannot read the signs. And
for sure.
So a lot of them, they came here and they got an opportunity that they did not have the opportunity at home to make them dreams. For example, right now, like I'm dreaming, my goal is not dreaming, so I want to hunt it, to open my own company, have my own tracks, like I'm controlling, manage that. That's how I'm looking, but I'm looking in a professional way. So all immigrants are not that way, you know, like to be doing like all the illegal stuff, like for example, illegal U-turn, not read the sign and things like that. But there's a lot of people that they are here and they're good drivers, they're professional drivers, they want to make a dream, and they want to be, you know, unite with trucking with you guys. So, you know, we really appreciate that they give us an opportunity. But to be honest, like we would love to do our best that we can do, so to be everybody be safe and everybody the same page that we want to. So.
Yes, I agree. That's why Sean Duffy did what he did, because public safety was at risk. Look what just happened in Florida with the 3 people unalived. Those 3 beautiful souls. And by the way, Lee and Lisa, they're really good with laws. They said permanent residents can also get a CDL. And they also, I think this is directed towards you. And then they said they can get a green card and then bilingual, if they're bilingual. Or be legal. Yeah. So, you know, I think what it is, this is the way I understand it. We allow 1 million people here per year, whether they're here on a work visa, B1, B3, full citizenship. You know, they're running from danger. I forget what that's called, asylum or something like that. So we allow 1 million people here in the United States per year. I know, sweetheart. I'm wrapping it up. Oh, okay. So we have about 5 minutes left, guys. Tool Time is going to be our last speaker guest. But anyways, so the way I understand it, we allow 1 million legal foreigners to come here to be a part of the American dream. The reason we do that is because we need jobs to support them. We need a house for them to live in, or an apartment. They need a car. You know, if they're bringing their family, we need to have medical for them and their family, dental for them and their family. So we're absorbing 1 million into everybody else. We're integrating them into the economy, into our resources, whether it's water, oil, you know, medical supplies, right? We're absorbing all of that, 1 million people. And we do that graciously because we are a land of foreigners. I'm 4th generation America. I'm from Italy and Ireland myself, 4 generations ago, right? About 150 years ago, we immigrated here. Now, here's the problem. Thank you for the heart me. 1 million legal come here, well, 2 million come here illegally. So what's going to happen is we are expecting 1 million. So we're building enough buildings for the 1 million. We're not expecting the other 2 million. So that's putting a stress on all 350 million Americans, including the 1 legal million foreigners that come here. That's the issue. That's why we have to follow the law. That's the way I understand it. When people don't follow the law and they come here illegally, what happens is, well, now me and another legal foreigner, now instead of going to the ER and for our children broke their arm or something, instead of it being a 45-minute wait at the hospital, in the emergency room, now it's going to be 6 hours. Instead of our children, including the legal foreigner that just got here, instead of our children there being 22 per classroom, well, now there's 25 per classroom, and none of our kids are getting as good as an education as they would if we would have built more classrooms. Does that make sense? So I think a lot of people don't understand, like there's 8 billion people on the planet Earth. There's 350 million Americans. So at the end of the day, we have to somehow put some kind of cap on there to protect the 350 that are here, including you. You sound like a patriot. You sound like an amazing person, a true professional, especially driving or flying a Black Hawk. I know that takes a lot of skill. But does that make more sense? That's the way I understand it about the immigration.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, do you have any solutions for us before we get going? Do you have any solutions for us?
To be honest, I watched your video about the 7 hours policy, so which I really, it was really sensible, so it makes sense. I don't know. To be honest, like, yeah, there's a lot of solutions. The thing is, like, if I agree and you agree, there's like maybe like the third person not agree, so we just want like to be union. So everybody wants to be agree. We want to be united. So if we do the same things like the other, like you do and other things, so there will be a lot of effects and a lot of import that's going to come to that field and to the trucking. So yeah, we are the people that we are moving stuff for the people that they really need. As we say, it's like medications, foods, construction things, like even like hauling, transportation things. So everything like that we do, so we do for the people. Yeah. So
I love it.
To be honest, like sometimes we are going to, if we're dealing with dispatchers, we are dealing with shippers, we are dealing with the receivers. To be honest, but what we earn, we just earn at the end of the day frustrating, sadness, and nobody appreciates what we do. Like if you go to the shipper and receiver, to be honest, their action that they are doing with that, the acting that they are doing with that, the behavior, the attitude we receive from them, like it's just making our day worse and worse and worse.
Yes. Well, we're gonna fix these things, man.
We deserve to earn some respect, because we respect people and that's what we do. So if the other truckers in the companies, if we shut down, like this is like the seems like the government shut down. If we just shut down just like 2 days or 3 days, the movement, trust me, so they would understand what we do.
I agree. All right. Well,
there's no hauling in 3 or 4 days means
yes.
Like they will know what really means trucking.
Yes. Well, I agree. Thank you for coming in, and I followed you, sir. And just be informed, and we're uniting one driver at a time. So just let's get involved and let's get smarter with this. And we'll talk to you later, okay? I followed you back, so thanks for coming in. All right.
All right, sir.
All
Thank
right.
you very much.
God bless you.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good day, sir.
All right. Good night. Bye. Oh boy, we got Tool the Tool Man Taylor. How are you, sir?
If I told you my name, you'd laugh.
What's your name?
Tim Allen.
No. Yeah, no, it's not. Stop it.
I'm dead serious.
Are you kidding me? Is it really?
He's a little bit older than me, but he is. Yeah. His last name, though, is Dick, and that's not me.
Okay, that's good. That's good. How are you, man? Welcome in.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. The last person really brought up a good point. It's awesome that there's so many different types of walks of life that make up our country, and it's great that they all have decided to come here to live and to make this country even better, and
Yes.
share their experiences and share their cultures, which is what we're really all about.
Yep.
And it's great, but I want to bring one point to him, which is, there are times when we go to a shipper or receiver and they're just having a bad day. And it's the guy you're dealing with. It's not the company itself. It's just the guy that you happen to, or gal, whoever. And they're just, their life at home was terrible. That morning, their kid threw up on them. Who knows what happened?
Right. You never
They're just
know.
having a bad day.
Yep.
We get stuck with the short end of the stick. Plus, gosh only knows what driver went in before them with a bad attitude attitude. Didn't shower for the last 4 days, and I can't even imagine what they go through either.
Correct.
So for just as much as we complain, I'm sure they have just as many complaints about us.
That's
The
right.
thing they wanted to get to is the double brokering thing. So the double brokering thing, and this has been going on forever and a day, but it got really, really, really bad after COVID. So COVID hit, and
brother. Hey, Tim, I gotta drop you. Come right back. We can't say the C word on TikTok, or they'll end my live and give me a strike. So I have to disconnect you and then come right back, okay? And you can finish that.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. Come right back. So just so everybody knows, you can't say the C word. You also can't say this word at all, the G word. We have to say pew pew. We have to say pew pew, or you have to say cold or flu. Let me. Oh, here's Tool Time. I'm gonna invite him up back up. Here we go. Let's see if I can get Tool. There we go. Sorry about that, brother. It's not me. It's not me.
That was so weird. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you have to say the flu or the cold of 2019, and then everybody knows what you mean.
Oh,
You're good.
okay.
All right, brother.
During
Listen to mommy and daddy now of TikTok. Go ahead.
Well, hopefully that'll change because we have new owners now. So there's that.
First Amendment, man. Come on. Anyway.
But it was during that all of a sudden rates went through the roof, and all of these new carriers came into play. Well, of course, new carriers brings new brokers. New brokers means all kinds of people that were sitting around their house trying to figure out what are they going to do now because they can't go to the office, and they got bored. And some of them there were actually lives on TikTok showing them how to be a broker.
Wow.
And these people were literally going through and they were looking for new entrant registrations. And if you go on FMCSA, you can literally find where somebody has decided that they're going to become a trucking company today. Usually it's an owner operator, but sometimes it's 2 or 3 trucks. And they're going to be an owner operator. They're going to form their own company. They've decided to branch out and they're going to be their own, get their own authority. And these people then prey on those people because what normally happens with somebody with a brand new authority is no one will let them haul for them until they have a year established.
I've heard that. Mm-hmm.
And once you have that year established, then pretty much you can go anywhere. You can book with anybody.
But you got to eat it in the beginning.
There's very few people that will work with the guy that just got his authority. Well, the live that I saw was preying on exactly that. Those guys that had just gotten their authority can't get good shipments from good brokers because they're a brand new carrier. They haven't been established for any length of time. They don't have any kind of good history yet.
Right.
They haven't been through a bunch of inspections. They don't have a bunch of PSP or CSA scoring. So to them it's like, well, I don't know if I can trust you yet. So
right.
What ended up happening is that a bunch of these fly-by-night guys would go to a load board, select a load that they liked, that they thought this guy might want to take, and pitch that load to him. The guy says, yeah, that seems like a good load. Okay, great. Not remembering that they're going to charge him 20% for them to do what exactly he could have done himself. But because he didn't have an established carrier yet, he wasn't an established carrier.
Wow.
Because he didn't have a year of service. And that's where this really took off and went nuts. All they're doing, a lot of the double brokers, they're taking literally the same loads that you and I can get off the load boards or from a hot sheet or wherever you get your loads from.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm signed up for several that are direct shipper contacts, and they'll post a load and say, hey,
I do the same.
This many loads
Yep.
coming out of this area. And you bid on it, and if you win the bid, you get the load. Well, these guys did the exact same thing, but they took 20% for themselves, or 30%, or 40%, or whatever they thought they could get away with. And that's just how this whole thing exploded, and it became even way worse than that. And then some of them were so shady that all they did was hurry up and get, for a month or month and a half, they got as many loads hauled as they could, and then went out of business. 2 days later, they start up under another name,
Yep.
same address,
Yep.
and there you go.
That's why we need to, in my opinion, we need to put a cap on MC and DOT numbers. And we need to really investigate each one to make sure it's a legitimate company. You know, the guy that's keeping it for 5-10 years, not getting 15 different DOT numbers so they can create forever clocks, for example, right? Or like you're saying, just drop one and do another, just money. It's not about a lifestyle. It's not about, you know, there's no integrity. There's just scam to make money, you know?
Well, yeah, granted, and yes, and that's all they're about. They don't give a hoot about anybody. They're just all about making their own money. But
Right.
there is a way that you can do this. Again, it takes a lot of time and effort to research the FMCSA website, find out if there's anybody, you know, have they relisted it some other way, or are they reincarnated or not? FMCSA
Like voters,
is ways to
right?
do this.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like voters.
We're not going there.
Yeah, let's not. Let's not.
But
It's funny.
the FMCSA is supposed to do this, but again, how many people do that, and then how many people are at the FMCSA actually watching it? You know, the numbers are against them. So the smart thing is that I'm going to say it the same way that they do it to us. We're going to do it to them. Don't take a load from a carrier, from a broker that's not established. If these guys just got their MC number 3 days ago, don't use them.
Right.
Typically, they're not going to pay you anyway, and CODs are the worst. I don't know if you've had that experience.
No, I haven't.
Have you haul the load, and then when you get to the other end, oh well, now it's a cat and mouse game as to whether they're going to pay you or not. Which is why I say never unload until you've got the money in the bank.
Smart.
Because once you release
Smart.
that load, it's gone, and now you're going to be in court, and your chances are very slim you're ever going to see the money.
And how much money? See, that's what a lot of people don't understand, right? Yes, we have rights, but do you have the money to back up your rights? And do you have the time to back up your rights? Because everything's a game of money and time. That's the game. That's the name of the game. So do you want to fight it? Okay, so I spend $5,000 to get my $2,500 load. What did I win? Most guys are just going to give up, and that's why they do it. That's why these scammers do it, because they know they're not dumb. I mean, no person is really dumb. No human being is really that dumb. They're not. So...
No, and it's a game that they play, and they know that the only ones that actually win on the whole thing are the lawyers.
Right.
And, I don't much care for lawyers, but
Same.
they're a necessary evil we have to have them at times.
I agree. Yes.
But I don't want to keep you. I know you got your family waiting. I really appreciate your time. I just wanted
For
to
sure.
say, there's a vast majority of guys that are out there, guys and girls, that do a remarkable job every day, day in and day out. Kudos to all of you for being so professional. We're held to a much higher standard than everybody else. It's great to see so many people out there that are still doing the right thing.
Yes. I agree. Well, thank you, Tim. That's so weird. Thank you, Tim. Do you also have 3 boys? Do you have 3 boys also? 2, okay.
3, only had 2.
Oh, man. Well, I appreciate you coming up. And if we can get this thing big, if we can really get all 3 million truck drivers at one place, you're going to be on that board so we can figure this thing out, man. So, anyways, if you want, I don't know, 42 years, you might not want the headache, you know what I mean, or the stress, but you're definitely a guy that we need to listen to. That's what a lot of younger people don't understand, is wisdom is so important. There's a reason in the Bible it says over and over and over again, only a fool does not listen to a wise person, which is usually an elder. What's an elder? Well, if I'm 20 and you're 25, you do have 5 years more life experience than me. Now there are a lot of older people that are not, maybe not that smart, but most older people do. 42 years of experience, I guarantee you have a lot of words of wisdom to give. The FMCSA, we need to have somebody like you or Lee that has, 2 million miles, 3 million miles or more, I'd say 3 million miles or more to be at the tip of the spear at FMCSA, the head of the FMCSA. Right now we have a DOT officer. Now that officer is very experienced in law enforcement and truck safety, and that's great, good for him. But in my opinion, he shouldn't be at the head of FMCSA. It should be a truck driver with years of experience that knows this book front to back, right? That's just my opinion. What do I know? You know.
Well, I'm going to say this: the DOT officer knows that book front and back. How
That's
many
true.
guys do you think out on the road really
That's
know
true.
that book front and back?
You have a good
I
point
still
there.
read that book and am surprised at the things I learned. And
Right.
then, of course, there's the interpretations. So it's all about, again, it's about how did you interpret that, what you read? Did you interpret it this way or did you interpret it that way? Can you defend that in court? Because that's eventually what's going to happen. No DOT officer is ever going to write you a ticket that he doesn't fully 100% believe he can defend in court.
Yes.
If he doesn't think he's going to win, he's going to write you a warning.
That's right. We went over that yesterday or the day before. All right. Well, yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to get going, Tim. It was really good talking to you, brother. I appreciate you coming in, and we'll be at it again tomorrow. So come back tomorrow. I'll be doing it like around 4 to 6, probably, give or take.
Hopefully I won't be working so late, so I'll be able to join you. You're in California, right?
Nevada, actually, yeah.
Nevada. Oh, okay. All right, gotcha. So you
Yeah.
only you have to observe the time difference. What?
1
6
hour.
months out of the year.
Correct. Yeah. All right, cool. Well, thanks for coming in, brother. I appreciate you, and you have a great night. All right?
You too. God bless.
All right, you too, brother. Bye-bye. All right, everybody. Everybody that came in on YouTube and TikTok, I really appreciate you guys all being here. Once again, we are uniting. Everybody that's listening right now on YouTube and on TikTok, every day, what I'm doing is every truck stop I go to, at least once a day, I pick one person. Doesn't matter, man, woman, black, white, whatever. I pick one truck driver. I try to shake their hand, introduce myself, look them in the eye. I say thank you for what you do for me and my family, even though I am a truck driver too. I thank them. I want truck drivers to feel like they matter, because they do matter, because they're literally everything. They are everything this country has to offer. They are the tip of the spear of the American economy, which globally is on the top. Okay, so USD, United States dollars, it's the world's currency, right? So we are at the tip of that. Without us, the entire economy collapses overnight. Know your worth, drivers. You are so very special. You are so very, very, very strong. Just driving 11 hours a day, driving 5 to 700 miles a day is so powerful. Most people cannot do it. They do other professions, which is okay. God has designed us all for something different. But you are extremely important. You are valuable. You are worth what we're fighting for here. We're fighting for, company drivers making $170K a year, owner operators making between $300 and $350. That's what we were making in the 70s. Why aren't we making that today? And trust me when I say the money is there. I know, because I'm a consumer and everything's up 30%. Where's that money going? It's definitely not going to the driver. It's going to the shipper, the broker. It's going to a lot of other people other than us that do 90% of the majority of the work. We lose our life at the average age of 62 because of the stress and anxiety we go through. Again, everybody, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. You are family here. The next live we do, please come up, give me a comment, a complaint, and a solution. More importantly, I want to hear about the solutions, okay? That's how we're going to fix this industry. Let's try to read this green book, all right, front to back. I'm doing a page a day. That's all I can do with a family of 6. But that's what I have to offer. If you have more, come in, let's talk about it. You might be the driver that has the solution of fixing our entire industry. That's what I'm here for. Let's fix our industry. Let's dominate our industry. Let's take it back, YouTube. Let's take it back, TikTok. If you're not already subscribed to us over at Truckers Unite Now on YouTube, please go do that. It would really help us out. I'm trying to get a hold of all 350 million Americans. I'm trying to get a hold, especially of all 3 million truck drivers. I love you guys, your family here. I want to let you know there's one scripture in the Bible that I try my best to follow every single day. 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verses 13 through 14 says this: Be on your guard, stand still in the faith, be courageous, be strong, do everything in love. And a truck driver is supposed to be trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. All right? And on my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country and to obey the truck law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. I really, really appreciate your energy and especially your time. To me, time is of the essence. It's seriously the most valuable thing you could give me is your time. Going out to lunch with you or just having a 5-minute conversation with you, that's what I want. I don't want your money. I want your time. I want your support. I want you to get involved and better yourself the same way I am. That's what I truly want. If you want to do anything for me, a lot of people try to offer me money to try to fix the industry. It's not going to be just me. It's going to take all of us. That's what we all need, is for all of us to get involved, to start respecting and loving each other first, to uniting first, to be so strong that nobody can break our bond. That's what we need at the truck stops, man, is to start loving one another again as brothers and sisters, man. All right? God bless America. God bless the American truck driver. God bless your family if you're an American truck driver. And God bless you if you're an American citizen for helping pay my bills. Me, my family and I, we really appreciate it. God bless you, American truck driver. And stay tuned for more. We're not going anywhere. We're getting bigger and bigger. We're uniting every day on YouTube and on TikTok. All right, love you guys. Have a great night. I'm going to go spend time with my family. I'm already 10 minutes over. Take care of yourselves, all right? Bye-bye. See you later, YouTube.